a yarn of fate has been unraveled in Oldfast. Pulling at the threads, you stand just south of the town. As sunrise falls over the old docks and their now unveiled history, a history of muddled beliefs and spiritual undulation. Yet, still, the sun does shine its blessing on the 6 tiefling children, the wayward priest of Pelor, and the 5 of you, all burdened by the weight of justice. And as you look to the west, the wall, the divine protector of Roria, shimmers like gold in the sun rays. You wonder what the view may be like within.
Hey!
I did a 3, 2, 1 countdown and definitely
Whatever Sam was saying.
definitely timed it exactly right. Didn't have to say 2 5 times or anything like that.
One,
Sam.
then 2. Then
Yeah.
You were back in on time.
He had to count to 2 twice.
It wasn't for that.
Hey, we're back, guys.
Hi, YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, YouTube moment.
Two dudes.
2 twos.
So now that
Hippos.
chat has seen the intro,
Hippos and two dudes.
and you guys have all seen the intro,
Yeah, we have.
we rejoin the 5 of you with 6 tiefling children of varying age
6.
and
Oh my God, Fritz.
a priest of Pelor named Galen, who is rather distressed at the moment. As the sun rises from the east, you see it glancing off the wall of the divine in the distance, and you wonder, what would you like to do?
So how many days do we have? Did we kind of guess till they're like, hey, these people haven't come back?
Do we have a level of exhaustion now, too?
Oh no,
We rested. We said we were rested.
it was like anywhere from 3 to 5, probably on the higher end of that.
Yeah, and that's
did
when
we
they would.
rest?
That's when
Said
they
we
would
were
send someone, and they would
resting.
take another like 2 days. Since so we have like 5.
I did a long
Yeah.
rest.
Okay. Functionally,
We did a long
between 5 and 7 days
that was
before
last
someone was
time.
here investigating.
Didn't we went out we went out tonight and now it's sunrise.
So mechanically, you guys have been at it for close to 24 hours now.
I thought we were resting.
You could. You definitely can.
And
Yeah, but I thought we got back to the place and we were like, okay, we can go to bed. We talk about it in the morning.
Okay.
I don't
Would you guys like
really.
to do that?
Where did we end?
Y'all ended basically like right when you got back to the docks
yeah,
from
I thought
the
sun was
lighthouse.
rising.
I thought we ended on a rest. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. It's fine.
I thought those were before.
It probably
That's what I'm
was.
trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
We sleep.
Okay. Galen graciously offers for you all to stay the night, of course. You've been through enough, and you've done him a great service, and the rest of the town.
Did we tell him what happened?
We told them
Yeah.
that they
We told him that
drowned.
there may be
He
some
knows.
issues. Okay.
We told them that their ship broke down and they drowned, and also stabbed each other.
The water was strong.
Yep.
Current was
Ever
strong.
the plotter, Ren. So he escorts you back to where you all were planning to stay the night before, but not before casting his disguise spell on the 6 tiefling children
Okay.
and moving them into the basement so that they can rest as well.
Okay. Does that little kid still have their money?
You distinctly notice that on the way back, the kid carefully holds his hand out to Galen, and Galen takes it.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to.
Can
Not
you-
yet, but at some point I'm gonna give that kid some money.
Can
Okay.
you? Can you? What?
Yes.
Can you learn that spell that he does?
Can you learn that spell that it does?
Can you have Galen teach you how to do that to the kids?
Do what?
That.
Disguise them
Oh.
It is disguise self.
on 6.
Can you cast that on anyone else? Can I cast
Oh, I
that on
guess
anyone
not.
else?
But
but he
There's
is.
no mechanical. I mean, if you can figure out a way to do it, go for it. But this is a story element. Is what this
I
is.
understand. I don't have saving, which is what we would need.
Right, I'm asking you through him. Through
Oh
you.
yeah, I mean, if
Could
I
you
don't,
get
do
him
you
to
what
teach
do you
you to
like?
do it?
Do you say a prayer or something? How do you? Is it possible for you to change? Can we get like?
Alex now mix it up.
Can you write it on a scroll or something? Can we get uses of this
I-
when you're not present?
Channel the power of Pillow, my patron.
What
Right.
about,
Oh,
what
that's
about
a
him? Can you
really rare
can you
guy.
channel something like that, Cheryl?
It feels like
I've never known
Um,
Osiris to do something like that.
he uses his domain of sunlight to bend the light around them
I see.
in such a way that they appear as normal.
Well,
Oh.
that's cool. I don't really want to join a church, so
I've already taken. So
Yeah.
great.
Making all these
Awesome.
sounds.
So
Do you have any spare boxes
I do.
And they have all the boxes that they hid
and a
in.
wagon and a horse
We have a clot.
and a
We got a
wagon?
clock.
We have
You have Clyde.
we have a four-legged. I don't even know what he is anymore.
He's a mule.
Is he a
donkey?
donkey?
Yeah, he's a donkey or
he's,
mule.
something.
He's more than
He's
a
got
donkey.
4 legs.
Yeah,
Clot is immortal.
he's a
Clot is immortal.
he's a mule, but
need
man,
is an
I mean
elder
basically.
being.
He's not really a donkey.
Clot is actually zealous.
He's like an archfey. I think.
He's an extra dimensional
Clot
being
is the wrath of Zealous. You guys keep fucking leaving me everywhere.
in a parallel universe.
It is.
Sorry, for
Time-
new people in chat,
Close.
Claude is
Claude's
the
never around.
the party's mule that they lose literally everywhere. They just forget about him.
Can I get what?
Seeming.
He just follows us around.
Seeming.
Yeah, we almost left
Spelled
him a
like
few
a
times.
seam
Didn't
with
steal him from
ing.
somebody?
I know it sounds
No,
weird.
the-
Oh, the person
died.
died.
S-E-E-M-I-N-G.
I'll look. I
But
don't
honestly, at this point, it's too late.
So
No, it's the Feywild.
no,
No, we left him
I
at
don't know
the
what
at the
level
end.
of
Remember?
spells you can get yet.
It's 5th level.
Claude goes into the Feywild
I
and comes
can't
out with
get
wings
fifth
too.
level.
He's a unicorn.
I
So-
can get it the next time.
The next time you can get something.
are you all choosing to long rest at this point and maybe like discuss what's going to happen in the morning, or
Yeah, we need to basically come back in like a year.
But
after
before-
we've leveled up.
Before we long rest, I'd like to commune with Osiris.
You got a bunch
Okay.
of goblins we could kick
I don't
their
know
asses
if I've
right
done
now.
I'm looking for
I don't think I
5
did it since we were in that last town, and it's been a few days since then, right?
Scroll
Yeah.
to see if
Yeah.
I can copy it.
okay?
Yeah.
So what I'm basically getting at is I don't think it has any chances to fail.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But I only have one question that I really want to ask.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to do something like Galen is doing in disguising those children?
He's cute. I want one. Okay.
Me as the DM cannot mechanically tell you yes or no because I'm not sure. But if it is within your cleric's mechanics, you would hear Osiris say yes.
I don't have any spells that can do that.
Do what?
That can disguise children or disguise self. I've got my bowler hat, like that's
In
it.
my travels, what I have known of places to find rare magics, spells, scrolls, things that I could if I could possibly find a copy of the spell I seek to, because that's the only way I can get it before I level up as
Yeah.
a character, right? Is as a wizard, I can copy things down. So would I have known of like a arcanum somewhere or somewhere that deals in spell knowledge?
You know specifically that the capital of Ulskana, Keld, is home to a mages guild that would probably at least be able to point you in the right direction. It's quite far.
Yeah.
You do also know that you know of a very powerful wizard who's fabled to live in the country of Turasil. It's also quite far,
Yeah.
basically the opposite corner of the continent.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know that your homeland was quite powerful with magic before its fall.
Okay. All right.
Do we think that we could maybe get like a spell like that, like a copy of the scroll in
What?
Bellgate or whatever it's called?
Brigit.
Brigit. Belgate.
Probably.
I wanted to say
not.
Belfast earlier.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I would assume not. It's a small port town.
We've also
You
got to
could-
bring the kids with us to
And
that
we'd have to
town.
know what it is we're looking for. I'm just wondering if there's even magic like that that exists. I mean, again, meta, we don't know that spell exists.
I mean, he's doing it.
he knows that we know that the magic exists. What I'm saying is, I don't know what formula to ask for.
Right.
If I get there, I just have to ask wizards and be like, "Hey, I'm trying to do this."
I'm trying to disguise 6 tiefling children. So what?
How would you do that?
Per se.
So I forgot that I did another
hits the
spell.
alarm under the under the desk.
Might be able to take something that can help us.
Okay.
Try it.
You could do like major or minor illusion,
Are we trying to
You get
disguise
divine
them?
intervention
right?
for free?
Because couldn't like a major or minor illusion like
Percentile die thing?
elude?
I
what
have
they
it.
look like?
It's not necessarily free, but I think I can use it once per.
That is
7
one
days?
possible avenue.
What's
What?
that?
Is if he happens to land on
On a good percent
a
for that.
10% chance of getting divine intervention.
Yeah.
Okay, did we want to
I can only do it
Can I
once per
remember we discussed retconning me giving
7
them my
days,
wand
if it
because we're
succeeds.
taking the children with
Oh,
us?
Well, it's up to you, and that hasn't been fully
Uh,
decided yet. You guys haven't decided on a plan, like if the children
Yeah.
are going with you, or if you're like hiring someone in Brigit to come back for the kids, or what.
Oh, that's right. That's what we had talked about
Just turn
doing.
them into non-tiefling.
I think that really it's more like where the kids should go. Like that's where the wand should go.
Yeah, that's kind of what I agreed with.
Yeah. I think
And
I think that's what
Alex
you were
had
talking
talked
about
about
last
it
time. Yeah.
afterwards. I was like, I wasn't expecting to give them my wand, but
Guys
now
need
we're
less
like
than or
talking about
equal
keeping them
per
with us
kid.
and like dropping
Yeah.
them off somewhere. So
Yeah.
aren't we meeting old girl?
Yeah.
We we tried to communicate.
Our dog
my
just like
God.
almost threw up over there. He just walked around
Honestly, I
and like
thought that Will just ripped
hacked
into
a
an
lung.
asshole.
Oh no, that was
I was like, something's happening, guys. We gotta get off screen. I'm like, oh my god.
We gotta let
I
go.
really thought.
someone's dying.
Is that something that we want to try, Will?
What? Ripping a new asshole? Yeah. Just at the break, maybe.
You, yeah.
You and me, baby. Let's do it.
No, the. Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
Okay, now I'll talk to Cheryl. If you want to pray to your god, pray to your god. If you think that'll help, I know it's a long shot, but it's kind of our only option right now.
I'm gonna use before we long rest.
Okay.
I'm gonna use.
Are there, again, in my study of history and travel, would I know of any shrines to Osiris nearby that might help him? Any?
Or
Make
even
a-
me,
make
yeah,
a-
because I'm from around here.
Well,
I know he asked it, so if you want to like give him a advantage.
Thin places?
I'll say make a history check with advantage. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Hacked it.
I know things.
Things your DM doesn't want you to know.
23.
Wow.
Feed me
Nice.
that lore, baby.
You know that there is a shrine to Osiris in the town of Keeg. And Cheryl, that the town of Keeg is
Next to Brigit.
where you grew up.
Oh,
Your hometown.
I know this now too.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Now, oh yeah,
Yeah.
close to my
We're supposed
hometown.
to fence these kids in Brigit, right? We're supposed to drop them off there.
That's the idea.
Either
I mean,
Theo
but it's
or
wide open. You
other
guys
people
can
are
do whatever you
meeting
want.
us
That's okay.
Thiel is currently
Yeah, I thought
in.
Theo said they were
Tough
busy.
They didn't give me a base. They said that
I don't.
they're kind of dealing with stuff, but there wasn't really
I
a
like
yes
that.
or a no.
We should
And they
probably
said they're headed our
message them
direction.
again and say like, we do need a yes. Not even yes or no.
I'm not.
We need a yes, so you got to come get these kids.
Come get these kids.
No, it's not even an option.
Theo
us
had
yes.
told you that they were making their way to Grotul, which is the third most western island in the chain below the Grixton Republic.
It is, yeah.
Well, okay. I thought that they were just saying they were headed east, but if she would have said that they were going to Grutul,
I mean, you
then-
could like cast water walking on all of us, and we could turn Claw into a boat again. Just go.
Water breathing, and we just walk underwater the whole way. No one even knows we're there.
Freaking cool.
Do you have water breathing? Because I don't.
Hi. Can
I don't
Water
know.
breathing
Yeah.
is?
I'm
I
just.
can take water
That'd
breathing.
be really cool. Yeah.
I'm debating between water breathing and fireball, honestly.
Someone taking your spells?
I didn't take my spell from my last level
She
up.
didn't take an extra one.
So,
Can you take seeming?
No,
No.
because I don't have
man.
fifth level. I don't have. I don't have fifth level.
Oh, you're dual. Got it.
I am going to kind of go to a... Or
water
Cheryl's
breathing
going to go to a
be
quiet
useful?
place.
Water breathing could be super useful.
Yeah, it's up to you.
But but can you change them at different times, or is that only when you level up for sorcerer? That you can change something. I can't remember.
I think when she prepares them, they're prepared. I don't think she can swap them out.
Swap
Okay.
at level up.
At level up.
Yeah, at level up is when you swap.
I
Okay.
think all classes can swap at level up.
Druids are so fucking cool. If you can
Cheryl's going to go
survive
to
the
like a
first
secluded place,
2 levels.
Okay.
Clerics do.
kind of as he
Yeah.
can, and then he's gonna
We're aware of how you.
he's gonna pray to Osiris.
Okay.
Functionally, it's gonna be divine intervention,
All right.
but he's gonna ask him. We're kind of in a tricky situation here, Osiris. I know.
I have water breathing.
We've asked for your help of something like this in the past, but I implore you to reconsider your previous stance and help us get to these kids to Brigit, away from prying eyes, and safely transport them to Thiel or Zheles, wherever they need to go from Brigit, but as long as we can get them to Brigit and safely.
Okay. Roll your percentile dice and see what happens.
He's the patron of lost children, right?
Yeah.
That's what I've said. I mean, like, really no, but that's how
But
I've
to
been.
Cheryl,
Osiris
yes.
is not who he says, who you say he is in
Yeah,
mythos anyway.
Yeah.
it has to be lower. I think
It has to be a 10% or lower.
it has to be 10% or lower. I got an 80,
Oh.
89.
So not that.
Not even close.
Yeah.
You actually don't even get a response.
He's breaking my immersion. You leaned into
Oh, my bad. I didn't. I'm sorry. We don't have them here in the studio.
We're in completely different places.
Yeah.
You actually, as you finish your prayers, you get the feeling that
They've fallen on deaf
Osiris typically likes to intervene through his followers. And in doing so, he wants you to solve this problem. He is the patron saint of, or the patron deity of
doing your
children.
own shit.
But he
he
wants
said
to
he's got
he
it.
wants to act through you.
You on your own.
I'm gonna ask him again in the morning.
Okay. So if everyone is done, and I'm assuming those two are, they just left.
Yeah, they will be. They are done. They're saying they're done.
Everybody can hit the long rest button
Sweet.
as you find a night of peaceful
back,
sleep. It does storm partway through the night, but a small squall moves over quickly, and though it's damp in the morning, the water still beads off the leaves of the trees nearby. The rain has passed.
I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I want to
Okay.
ask him again.
Cheryl is thinking. For all of our podcast
Cheryl.
listeners.
Cheryl is thinking.
That's because the last time he prayed, he got red 11:59 p.m.
Hey, Osiris, you up? That shit on red.
do this.
Long rest.
Yeah, we long rested. So
That's
if you want to hit the
what
long
ours
rest button.
All right.
Okay, so the kids are, I'm assuming, in that basement room again.
They're in the cellar.
Yeah.
You would assume.
So Cheryl's gonna wake up kind of early and go down there. Whether the kids are awake or not, he's gonna kind of open the door and just kind of like
Stare at him.
Yeah, thinking while kind of like just looking into the room.
I'd like to speak to Galen.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna let you're not finished, I would assume.
No, I was about to say
Yeah.
he would pray.
Okay.
Looking at the younger one that they just saved from the lighthouse, who has the Osiris holy symbol, he's gonna say, I'm just not sure that we have the power to ensure that they won't be discovered. And we may cause more harm to them. It may blacken their hearts to see how they're treated if they are discovered. I really wish that you would reconsider.
Okay. Roll your percentile dice again.
Oh, I saw the 4 and I was so happy! 24.
A lot closer though.
It is a lot closer than 89.
Once
Damn.
again,
What do you need?
you were met with a
Or
silence
lower
and
Answer?
for him to do it.
the feeling that this is your task to bear.
What are you trying to get him to do?
You are not a follower of Osiris
Make him
to
invisible
simply
or anything.
witness wrongdoings and report them to him. You are a follower of Osiris to right those wrongs.
What are you
Yeah,
rolling
I'm
for?
trying.
I know.
Divine intervention. It's a thing I got
Okay,
at level 10.
That's what I was not sure what the roll was for.
Once per long rest, I can ask for intervention from
Gotcha.
deity. If I
Oh,
succeed, I can't
by
do it
the
again for
way,
7 days.
I would have gotten
Fail.
since
It's
I
just
only
long
need 4
rest.
hours. I would have
Mhm.
gotten up and tried, since we talked to Homeboy
Oh yeah,
every time we rest.
yeah. Okay.
I'm trying.
Arcana check.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
Use my gift.
Ah,
The gift.
The gift.
That's a natural 7. Oh, it's looked like a 1.
are you
12.
calling
Natural
on?
seven.
Are you calling Valafar?
No.
You maybe you feel a bit timid after your previous experiences, and what you were told makes you not press as hard as you have been.
we got
So you're
another
not. Oh, very nice. Atmos Seeker,
Yeah,
given somebody an 18 to
Ooh,
use
can
right
you
after
use
that.
it?
Too late now. But that'll be good for someone else later. You don't press quite as hard as you have been. And you're satisfied with your caution, but you know that maybe next time you might want to try a little harder. Delve a little deeper.
Okay.
Okay. You said you wanted to talk to Galen in the morning.
Yeah.
As day breaks, it's easy enough to find him outside near his chapel, tending to the grounds
He's
as he
alone?
does. He is alone.
I'm sure you're aware by now. Your operation here is done.
I'm fully aware.
Do you have a place to send the ones who are going to be sent here?
The sun touched, you mean?
No, the kids.
The children. I don't.
Figure it out.
I intend to do so, but there's no way I can hide 6 in the meantime.
No, I know that, but you can't get more. Whoever was sending them here needs to send them elsewhere.
I have no control over what's bringing them here.
Get the message out that it's not safe.
I'll do what I can.
You have to have some sort of connections.
And so can we. We're heading down to likely big place where they're coming from. And
Can I ask the kids
a bigger
again?
place to where they're going. So we need to let the people of Brigate know that byway of here is not safe anymore.
It was my understanding that they weren't coming from Brigate. We were merely intercepting the shipments from Brigate to Crestia on the wall.
How did you first find a kid in the lighthouse?
We go there every several days to make sure that it's still in working order. When it was my turn to go, I found the child inside.
Next you find, send him back.
But if we possibly know where they're coming from, we can send them elsewhere.
How long have you been doing this?
It's been years.
And not once did anyone wait to see who's bringing the kids to the lighthouse?
No. And the children, I'd rather not press. They seem hesitant to tell whatever secret they're keeping.
That's wonderful and great on you for respecting their privacy. But them coming here will get them killed and you killed. This operation's over. You're not a part of it anymore. You never were a part of it. You know nothing about what happened here. But you gotta get the word out that you're no longer a part of this operation, or you're gonna be directly responsible for the death of many children.
I don't think it's an operation per se.
It is.
It's obviously not.
Every few weeks, a kid pops up at that lighthouse. Somebody knows to send them here, and they need to know now not to.
But no one knows who's receiving them. Obviously, he doesn't have any contact with them.
We've tried to stay on the island, but weeks, months have gone by where no one has come. It appears that whoever's leaving them would rather remain.
Yeah, I mean, somebody could easily, look at the island and see that someone's there, and just not send any kid there.
I don't know what you're referring to, but
I could perhaps send a note, or
is the thought that some person is bringing the kids here, or there is a tunnel system? Like,
the thought is that someone is bringing them there by boat. That much is known.
Oh, by boat.
Yeah,
okay.
From Zashatan.
But they've never caught them doing it.
The kids basically say they come by boat from Zashatan, and that's all they say.
I tried to ask the kids about it too, and they wouldn't tell me anything.
Raise the flags of the Suntouched. Put them on the lighthouse today.
It's a good idea.
Go now.
You see him, Dular, and he calls over the half-orc.
You're gonna put the Suntouched at the lighthouse?
Just
to show everyone that the
like the flags,
like a flag, like a Suntouched, a flag. Like, don't come here. It's not like basically give
this
whoever.
Is run by the Suntouched now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so not like have them guarding it to where they know.
No, just a flag. Because the thing is,
when
put
up the Suntouched flag out there or something like that. Yeah,
okay.
That way they'll know. Smart.
I mean, we can go to Zesh.
He communicates to Dular the plan.
Yeah.
He keeps his tone hushed, even though it's only the 7 of you there. He seems a bit worried that it's entirely possible the rest of the town could discover and blow the lid on the whole thing. Dular nods, heads inside the church, and comes out. You see him holding some red banners from inside the chapel.
What time of day is it right now?
It's early morning.
Early morning.
Say 8 or 9.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning.
Do we know how long of a walk it is to Brigit?
Let's see, and I'll pull up the map for you guys in chat so you guys can kind of see what we got going on. This is still kind of the old one.
And Cheryl would also like to
see.
ask Galen, I guess, the duration of his and the range, I guess, on his disguise spell. Like, if he can disguise them and give us as much time as he can while we're traveling with the kids. Because earlier he dispelled it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
It would be a 2 days travel.
Okay.
While they're talking, I've nudged someone and told him to message me.
Okay.
Should we message
what's
each
up?
other?
Hey, that's all I wanted to
Hey,
say.
this is a message. Reply now.
Should we let them know to... Does he have connections with the Suntouched? Are they like friendly with the Suntouched?
Yes. I mean, he's a priest of Pelor.
He's the state religion.
Yeah.
Should we? I mean, he should let them know that 2 Suntouched soldiers showed up here and haven't if they just show up because the people haven't reported in, it's going to look suspicious, right? So he should send a missive over that the two men that you sent went to the lighthouse late one night and haven't come back. We don't know what's going on. We don't know where they came from. Like, we don't know where they are. We can't find them. Right?
I don't know.
It looks worse if they died and disappeared and they're gone. And then they come up and they're like, what the fuck, man? Why wouldn't you tell us this?
I hear you, but there's also something to be said about not drawing attention to it if they're going to miss it completely. It's a tricky situation. I say it's probably best to tell him he's already dead for his crimes, so you might as well let him know that he should probably blow the whistle.
We'll just let them know. Like, all he has to do is
So that
tell...
he at least looks like a good boy
Yeah,
to
all
the
he has
state.
to do is tell the Suntouched. Like, tell whoever his contact is at the Suntouched.
Here's my question. Should we go back? Should we go to the lighthouse and do more? What does a sun-touched outpost look like beyond a flag? Should we set up desks or
He
something?
would know.
Would I know?
He
Yeah,
spends
you'd
time
have
with
some
them.
idea. In your dealings with the Suntouched, not only have you made camp within Zheles, but you've also spent some time within the sanctions of the wall. Crestia is not the only settlement on the wall, but it is
Well,
indeed
and
the
I guess
largest.
if my hometown is so close to the border.
Mhm.
But also, so would Galen have? Is that his name? I've just been saying it, kind
Yes.
of hoping.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, good job. You ratted yourself out.
Is he? I mean, has he answered my question about his disguise spell and like, if it lasts until he dismisses it, or if it's like he just dismissed it early and it lasts time, or if it's like range is a factor as well.
To be honest, I feel an intense strain even with maintaining the spell over the day's course with 5. With 6 now, I have no idea how long it could last.
I think we should just do the boxes. Read them in the card.
Yeah. I was
We
thinking like
can-
maybe both in case they're like, hey, can
I
we
mean,
get
and
these
also
boxes?
in
Be
the
like, sorry, the
invisible
kids
one.
like to play.
Yeah, I was gonna say we put them in the boxes and something
You give that
happens.
away.
Well, it's gonna go with the children. So if we keep the children, it'll stay with us.
Yeah. I'll shoot it with say use this for the kids.
Yeah.
But now if the kids are coming with us.
Yeah, and so I think we keep them in the boxes, and worst comes to worst, I pop the wand.
Galen, what would you do if 2 Suntouched soldiers disappeared?
What would I do?
If we weren't here and 2 Suntouched soldiers appeared and then disappeared, what would you do? And you found their shipwreck.
I would dispatch a letter, a contact to Crestia, which is where these came from.
You should
I
do
believe.
that soon.
You should do that tomorrow.
That makes a lot of sense. I can do that today.
You should do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I mean, aren't we leaving today?
Yes.
Are we?
It takes them 2 days to get here. Like, we'll be long gone.
I know, but might as like they don't have to. They're not going to be like. oh,
Yeah,
we're
I guess,
done.
but maybe it might look suspicious. They're like, why were they there for like 2 whole days? Like, they were only there to just like look around.
As you all are kind of like
Did we
discussing
already
things, you
sleep
see
out?
Galen like stressing
Since
to the
morning?
max.
Yes.
He's been holding all this
Through the
like
night.
pressure in as he's been doing this over years and years, and now it's kind of boiling over. You see him kind of losing his composure a bit.
Hey, look at me. You're fine.
For now. I know it's cowardly to.
Inside his head, a real charming bastard you are, aren't you?
Yeah.
You've helped multiple. Oh, I'm ignoring you. You've helped hundreds of children. You've done the
Okay.
right. You've done the
Get
right
back.
thing.
Okay.
You got involved in something greater than yourself. You've done your part. Continue to do your part.
Train stopped.
You're okay.
Taxi came.
I fear my own life and, of course, the life of my friends, the people in this town.
You're about to say kid.
I'll be okay.
I saw him like put his hands on the keyboard.
Well,
and was like,
You see him kind of come back to a moment of clarity, and he says, "Wait here a moment. At the very least, I can offer some assistance for all you've done." You see him go inside of the chapel, and he's in there for a moment as a few early morning early risers make their way into the chapel. He kind of shuffles out the front door. He opens his priest's robes and reveals a small pouch And next to the pouch, he's also holding a very embellished holy symbol of Pelor. Cheryl, you recognize it right away. It's a golden sun, more orange at the center, with very sharp, pointed rays of bright yellow gold coming out from either side.
Owie.
He says, take this with you. I, at the very least, believe a man of the cloth could pass for a priest of Pelor if necessary. Maybe get you some special access within the city and possibly sway.
I can carry that for you.
Cheryl's gonna say, give me a moment, and he's gonna commune with Osiris and be like, is this okay with you? Like obviously it is just for subterfuge.
Osiris answers for the
My
kids.
holy symbol.
Okay, yeah.
Think of it as a do whatever you want and get away with a badge.
Cheryl's gonna.
Kill these kids.
Cheryl will take it.
As you take it, you feel the heft of the bag of coin that you've just been handed. You take a moment to peer inside, and
looks like roughly 1,500 gold pieces.
Oh, so this wasn't the holy symbol. This was
Okay, that's
money.
what I was asking.
Money and the holy symbol.
Oh, money and the holy symbol. 1,500
so
gold,
he gave you his holy symbol?
Yeah.
or a
yeah.
holy symbol.
A holy
the-
symbol.
Significance?
Pelor.
Because
You might be able to
that's
pass
like
for-
the regular deity here.
Okay.
It's non-denominational.
Would I know if I needed like robes too, or would my robes suffice?
based on
Or
what
his-
he has
what,
told
like,
you,
Catholicism,
Well, based on what I've
you
seen
might be able to
of
pass
other
it.
Pelor priests and
Yeah.
what my robes look like.
It's close enough. You might need to, pass a deception check along with it. You might need to convince someone.
I'll ask him. Do you have some extra robes?
If you give me that, I can just be a priest when we need.
None, unfortunately,
Your
that
black eye might give it away.
Myself, baby.
would suit your build.
Oh, none that suit my
You
size.
you see him. He's pretty
Yeah.
thin. He's very frail. He's old.
I show up in a crop top robe.
You know what time it is.
People familiar with what Pelor actually looks like, as is referenced in our Discord.
Pelor would be very happy.
Got it.
Canonical.
I see you're wearing the ceremonial robes of Pelor, my friend.
I see you're holding the ceremonial joint floor.
Where are your ceremonial flip-flops?
I see you have the ceremonial crotch bulge of Pelor.
Oh God, it's too much.
He do be stacked.
If you're curious, check it out on Discord. It's probably
Cheryl-
buried inside
Cheryl
of the
does have a big
Zheles,
trunk.
but
Shmoney moves.
If
Cheryl does. Oh my gosh.
okay, we're moving on.
you're curious, Schmeat.
Oh my god. We're canceled.
You did that this time.
I know. No, I did. It was funny, and then I regretted it. So he kind of comes clean to you. He says, the holy symbol
That's right.
is mine, but the gold is money I've saved from parishioners of this church over years. I can't imagine they'd be too fond of using it for this purpose, but they've entrusted it to Pelor, and I believe that Pelor has entrusted me with this task. So
I believe
Granted
one day
to
they
all of
will
you.
understand.
Thank you.
I hope so. There are not many years in my life, and I may not live to see the change, but I will try to enact it.
Thank you.
Sword.
If you'll excuse me, I have a sermon to attend to. You see him kind of pull himself upright, and
Father, tell them the truth.
bit by bit.
As
And
he
he
as
heads
he as he
inside.
walks off, I'm gonna kind of pat him on the back and cast guidance on him, and kind of like hopefully kind of lift his spirits kind of way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really what guidance does, but
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
no, I mean mechanically, like it does some things, so it's good that you did.
Yeah,
that.
it gives you the 1d4 to certain things or something. I forget. I haven't used it in a while.
So the large doors to the chapel close behind him. The metal hinges squeal as they shut, and you are now left. The 5 of you. What would you like to do?
I guess we're going and walking.
If you find it.
Yeah. So did he tell us where we could find a cart, or he was no?
He didn't, but I mean, we can easily say because I know that was discussed.
We
it's
can also put
easy
one
enough.
of the kids like on Claude.
I was
going
gonna
to
ask
invisible.
you.
Yeah.
You know,
Do
Turn
the
them into a
stables
boat.
here,
Might as well not waste invisibility spells.
if there are
Well,
stables
she's
here,
with her,
do they sell
wand.
like?
I know, but it only has so many targets.
Do they have a covered
Yeah,
wagon that they
that's
sell?
true.
Turn them into a boat.
Do they have a covered wagon that they sell?
That they would sell me.
Oh, probably. Most of the
Yeah.
people are in
But
church now.
Clot wouldn't be able to pull a covered wagon, right? That's a little bigger.
He's a mule, so he's like half donkey, half horse.
He could pull
He's
a
like the
small
worst
one.
half of both,
If
though,
you-
right?
if
Aren't they
you-
smaller than donkeys.
Yeah,
If
but
you
they got
pulled
they
one
got
that
them
was
like
only the size enough to like carry
Some of the children
6 crates,
ass, like donkey.
Full of children.
with children.
he
Or
would
empty
probably
crates.
he would probably have a hard time, but he could do it. It might take you an additional
Can
day
you
to get
cast
to bring it.
guidance on Claude?
Clot's like vomiting by the time we get to bring.
Like you guys leave me until you need me, and then you
Bring
put me
him
through
back
this
up.
shit.
Poor Claude. Can we inspire Claude?
You make clot breakfast?
That's true. Yes.
Clot
Got
might
the
just
shit,
be our
so-
next magic item to unlock in the
Oh
Discord.
my God.
Oh, sweet
Clot, the immortal,
The undying.
the undying,
Claude is the final villain.
Also
in
the boat.
campaign.
the unburdened.
Twice broken.
Once
Some
boated.
stupid shit, you know?
Oh my god.
What'd you say?
Once boated.
Once boated.
Twice deserted.
Mules are
times.
mules are larger and taller than donkeys.
Good.
And smaller.
still only have
and
one.
shorter. than
We only have one,
For a
but they do have.
for a chuck wagon.
It is listed as having the
Essentially.
strength and
But we
stamina
also-
of a mule.
What
but
about
also-
the horse?
We also have an elephant.
We do have an
A
elephant.
lot of people ride elephants.
Do we have an elephant?
He's only
Walk on all
medium.
I was like, do we have an elephant?
You could.
Okay, so if I were to inquire about that size wagon and maybe an extra mule if they have it,
Yeah, that's
how
what
much
I'm
would that
thinking,
cost
too.
me? We can clot a little girl.
We
for
got
me.
old boys.
what
money.
would we name? What would we name Clot 2.0?
Mrs. Clot.
Dot.
Claude and Dot.
I do like that.
Clot with 2 T's. Dot with 2 T's.
but
A-
Clot's actually female.
An extra mule
Yeah.
would be you'd probably get one for 40 gold pieces.
Okay.
The cart would be let's just say another 30, so 70 total.
To buy a mule and a cart?
Mhm.
Yeah, we buying Dot.
Yep.
Clot and Dot.
I can subtract it from the money that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Homeboy
say,
gave us.
old boy just gave us some money. We can
Oh
just
yeah.
That's the
Let's do
church's
that.
money.
It's 1,500 gold. We
It's
got that.
non-taxable.
70 you
Tithing.
spend?
As,
We don't have to pay taxes on this.
as you wait outside of the chapel, you see a farmhand who's a little bit late to church. Walking up, you stop him and
You want to make 70 gold?
I hear that's exactly what you want for
Yeah.
these things that I'm about to
you
ask
strike
you for.
a deal. We'll fast forward through that. We don't need to role
Sorry,
play it,
Alex.
but yeah. No, I'm just saying, like,
I hear
I'm not
you.
gonna,
We
I'm
already
not
hashed
gonna
it out.
have
We're
you
not gonna
barter
have
for a
it.
horse and a cart. So
Clot and Dot.
yeah, Clot and Dot. Is
Yeah,
that
were
with
you
2
keeping that
T's
stuff
or
in
one?
your-
Yeah.
Dot with 2 T's. I
Yeah.
get that.
Are you
Okay.
keeping that
Clot
stuff
with
on your
2 T's.
inventory?
Dot with 2 T's.
I mean, you mean the money?
Yes.
Yeah. The money
Okay.
that he gave us. Yeah,
Try.
I put it in mine.
Well, okay.
Making sure.
One last thing I will do.
Mm-hmm.
I will seek out another parishioner since Galen seems to be preoccupied.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can't. Because they don't know.
Wah, wah.
They don't know.
Who don't know what?
They don't know about the
this
plan.
stuff.
Who don't know what?
The other people in the church don't know about the children that we have that we're going to put in boxes.
That's true. That is very true.
What were you gonna ask him?
Hey, do you guys know about any tiefling kids around here? Oh, my goodness.
Sorry, you
wanted
don't
to.
ignore me. Whoop, invisible.
Well, neither do I. Neither
You
do
can't
I.
see
Just-
me!
It was a test,
talking
and you
and
passed.
You
So
passed.
Is it safe
You
to say?
don't know what I am.
Is it safe to say that most people who are staffed by the church are currently in the middle of a service?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I will cast Greater Invisibility on myself,
Okay.
and I will sneak into the back of the church
Okay.
if I can. This
Such a
is
yeah.
mouse.
contingent upon me finding a pathway that doesn't like.
Walk through the middle of the
Doesn't
queue.
just like open the door. Yeah. Yes.
Wow, that wind is crazy today.
Roll a stealth check with advantage.
Okay,
Because you
okay.
do still have to be silent.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let me do my spell slot first. Had that curry for dinner last night.
It was
Sorry,
a
bud.
floorboard, I swear, and everybody's like looking around. Who said that?
I would never.
That's a 17.
Okay. You cautiously make your way around the side of the building, and you notice that there is behind the church a tall bell tower and a door that opens up into a small chamber that then has another door leading into the church and a set of stairs that goes up to where the bell is.
Okay. I am on the lookout for any bits of Pelor banners, cloth, and if I can find it, a single set of priestly robes that would fit an elephant-sized person.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 25.
Nice. You're not able to find any priestly robes that would fit an elephant person, as Galen has basically already said there are none.
Okay.
But you are able to find a couple more banners neatly folded in the corner. You see one of them is actually like kind of fallen a bit off of the table where they are. Just you guess that maybe when Dular was grabbing some, he might have knocked one over, but you're able to grab that, as well as if you would like to, there is a decorative. What do you call those? It's like a tall candlestick, like on a floor. There's a name for that.
Oh, like the floor ones.
Fire
Yeah.
hazard.
Yeah, that's it. So you find a Pelor embellished fire hazard.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long is it? Wait.
I mean, it's
Floor standing.
with the tall candles on it. It's maybe a foot shorter than you.
Candles.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'll,
It's basically a giant candle stand.
Yeah.
it's a
There,
foot
that's
short,
what you
so
call
it's
that.
like right here.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I will kind of tuck all that under my robe and just kind of waddle my way out invisibly.
Old school Harry Potter robe of invisibility.
Yeah, that's exactly the idea.
Okay. Before we get DMCA'd, you make your way back outside of the church. Seems like you weren't noticed.
Okay.
And you have now a large candlestick. Sarnorin out of the church with the candlestick and the Pelor flags.
So I walk up invisibly, and then I drop invisibility, and I go, guys, you'll be proud. I stole a bunch of shit from the church. And I open up my.
Cheryl's like,
What if we dress the wagon up like a Pelor wagon, and you are like a traveling
Pelagian.
priest?
a Pelor priest.
I couldn't find any robes.
No, yeah.
You can have this stick though. I think a candle goes on.
I mean, would I mean, this is not something a priest would carry. Like, you know,
Probably not something he would carry now.
Yeah. He's like, I mean, maybe we can
we'll just throw it in the back.
put it in the back.
so it
as like
rattles
we're
around.
transporting.
Yeah. Religious
and the
items.
candle, yeah.
Right. And these are crates full of artifacts that we found. You're a religious explorer. Finding artifacts, reclaiming them for Pelor.
Neat.
Okay. I mean, I would know that maybe that kind of tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be maybe the best explanation we have for transporting a bunch of stuff with priest.
It makes.
I mean,
it
I can
makes
just
sense.
throw it all away. I don't care. It's not mine. I stole it.
It's you get the feeling that it is certainly believable, but it depends on how well you sell it
Gotcha.
and who you're selling it to.
I've already got a reason why I don't have Pelor robes. Like I've
Either that,
I've got
or
it.
I can cast something on myself, and I can just be a farmer or something.
The full blackness goes away. The iris is always black when I disguise self.
Yeah, that might
Does
look a
your
little
iris
weird.
collapse?
Looks like poop.
Chat, don't look up iris collapsing. It's very uncomfortable.
It just looks like Arches National Park if one of the arches just went
Inside of your eyeball.
inside of your eyeball.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Gross.
Don't look at it.
It's really fucking cool.
It's really disturbing.
I did not.
I thought it was
Anyway.
really cool.
I thought it was
I didn't
fake.
think it was that bad.
It's not. That's a real.
It just looks like a
person's
pic. It just looks
know,
like a
but my
picture of
brain's
arches,
like-
honestly.
eye. Not just- Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
And now,
That's okay.
I blame Alex on that one.
Sarnoran's iris
all my
collapse. But it was just a thought.
Yeah,
Maybe I can
no.
go put it back.
I mean, I think it's definitely we're transporting goods, and some of them might be priestly
You're
things.
kind of already related.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I mean, you all are traveling with me, so it might be that I just hitched a ride with you guys.
Oh,
Some
yeah,
of the
right,
goods is
right.
mine.
Okay. Yeah, well. At least we have shit to decorate with now.
So at this point, it's maybe about 30 minutes since the sermon has begun. You imagine it'll be another 30 minutes hence.
Now's the time to load the wagon while people
Yeah.
aren't in town. yeah.
So you guys are able to get to where the children are. Nora greets you and helps you.
The innkeep kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
She helps you to load the children.
Load the boxes.
Yeah, into the boxes.
The precious cargo.
One of the younger
You're
ones.
not allowed to put any boxes.
I got it.
One of the younger ones, in fact, the one that you rescued the night prior, seems a bit dismayed, but does as she asks, and she reassures him. You'll be safe. Much safer than here, I promise. And closes the crate and helps you all load the cart.
With no holes.
There are holes.
I mean,
for sure.
they're not watertight
Also-
boxes. Airtight boxes. Yeah.
There's like cracks between the. Yeah.
I was kidding.
How dare you? How dare you make a
No
joke
jokes
on
this
stream?
As
No laughing.
As
no
we're loading
fun.
them in, I'm Cheryl's going to kind of be like, "It's going to be a long day in here. I'm sorry, but try to be as comfortable as you can."
I'll message you in your head and say, actually, I thought it might be kind of an advantage that we're covered. Maybe if
Oh,
we
is the
just-
wagon covered?
Yeah, I bought a
Oh.
covered
Mhm.
one. So if we just
yeah.
close it, they can be out of the box until danger comes, right?
Yeah, we'll close it until we get away from.
I'll sit
enough
back
from
there with
town.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're light.
I
Can't
was,
drive.
yeah.
In that case, make a perception check.
So we
Me?
have.
Yeah, unless you really
Well,
suck
maybe-
at it. Yeah.
Okay.
Is
Maybe
our-
the plan is in the boxes until out of town.
That's what I was saying. Like until
In
we're
between
like an
towns, you
hour
can
out
get
of town,
the box,
and then we
when we
can
get somewhere in the city, you get back in the box.
Or if like we
Are
pass people on
both
the
of
way.
our donkeys pulling the same cart, or is
Yeah.
that cart?
They're
Okay.
yoked, I think.
That's all.
right?
Yeah. It's all
Oh,
in
they're
one.
fucking yoked.
Well, no, I didn't know. I didn't know if we had just
He's immortal.
one pulling the cart and then one on the side. I
No,
didn't.
no. We needed two to pull the
Come
cart,
outside,
so we
class
want an
full of
extra.
cigarettes doing bench press.
Well, you guys
So
are ready
they-
now. Fuck.
So they look like Scoot, Melody's dog.
Yes.
Shoulders. What else? I think that's it.
So then I guess
Okay.
you and I can get in the back with them and like kind of show them how to get in and out easily, quietly. That
Oh,
way,
I was gonna say we need a code word.
yeah. The code word
Bing
can
bong.
be
Bing bong.
Bing Bong.
Bing bong.
Bing
Danger's coming.
bong.
Bing bong.
Bing
Time
bong.
to get in the box.
All right. Noted. Bing bong is the code word.
Get in
Bing
the fucking
Bong.
box.
Hey, we see people coming. They're so far out that we don't need. They can't hear us.
We should
Bingo.
we should teach them how to
Not right
get
now.
in and out of the box like quietly and efficiently though. So
You forgot about this.
Yeah.
so we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Only me and you, man.
So we're leaving. They're in the box until we get about an hour out of town, I guess, and then we'll be like, "Come on out."
Okay. So your travels south to Brigitte is where you're going, right?
Yeah. To Baggett Land.
It takes you 2 full days of travel. Your plan goes smoothly as you only encounter a couple of other carts on the road.
So
You know that, in particular, the last Suntouch supply run that ran past Olfast to Crestia was very recent, so you didn't expect to run into much. At nightfall of the second day, you do see a city in the distance. Beneath the amber glow of candlelight in a city alive at night, you see the waves of palm leaves. You hear the crash of waves against a beach. And you hear the low rumble of voices.
In my head.
Having quite a wonderful time. You are, at this point, maybe half a mile from the city gate. What would you like to do?
And get out of the box.
Quick question. So we're going to bring it
The boxes.
to meet with
Why?
Theo?
Because we're outside the city.
We're going to bring it because Galen
The others.
said that that it would be easy to find some sun-touched guards who would be willing to transport them.
No questions asked.
No questions asked.
Got it. Okay.
Across the border.
Just,
For money.
yeah.
For money.
And that's what he gave you the money for.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, at that, I'm hoping we don't have to give them all the money.
Right, but yeah.
Otherwise, I just spent 70 of my own money on a cart and a donkey.
Hey, we love Dot.
We do. We don't need a cart after
And
this,
if we
though.
leave Claude,
Or sell the cart.
Why would we ever leave
he'll
Claude?
have Dot.
That's true.
Technically, if you smash his name, it's just done.
It's Dot.
They can't mate, but they can have fun.
Yep, that's their celebrity name.
Can't mate.
No, mules.
Yeah,
are
mules
sterile.
can't reproduce.
Well, they can mate. They just can't
Are they born?
produce.
Well,
offspring.
yeah.
They're born from a donkey and a horse together.
Yeah.
There's a
They're
donkey dad and a horse mom.
It has to be that specific.
You know
Yes.
way too much about.
I just googled it
Okay,
to see
I was
how
like-
big a mule
Yeah.
was.
You
Yeah,
know
you-
way too much about the mating.
It's also,
This is way too specific.
well, it's also like a zebra and a donkey. What are they called?
Zonkey?
Yes.
Are they?
The mom has
Yeah.
to be the horse though, because mules are bigger than donkeys.
Not at birth.
I mean, they're bigger than a donkey baby.
A donkey baby.
A donkey baby, yeah.
You guys are
It's
learning
like-
so much tonight.
It's like puppy monkey
You're
baby.
welcome.
What's funny about us talking so much about donkeys today is somebody sent a camel for Hump Day today in a chat, and it was wearing a Christmas hat, and I said Christmas donkey, and they were like, "That's a camel," and I was like, "Fuck, I said the wrong thing."
Missed it by that much.
You're half right.
So they were
50%
like,
baby.
"Morgan, it's for Hump Day." I was like, "Yeah, I know what it is. I got it. I just said donkey."
Christmas desert donkey.
Desert donkey.
And now we're
So-
talking a lot about donkeys, so
What would you guys like to do? I'll ask again.
we're gonna make sure the kids are in the boxes because we're at city gates, right?
You're about half a mile out.
Yeah. So I'll make sure they're, comfy in their boxes.
Should we take them into town, or should we kind of like send a group in to be like, hey, we got some packages out of
Yeah,
Sunshine.
that.
Can you-"
And I'm thinking maybe our persuasive ones. should do
you were
that,
shaking your head.
Which
Oh.
You had
is
a-
actually surprisingly me.
You're a charisma fighter.
Yeah, I have plus 12 to persuasion. So I feel like I should probably try to persuade somebody.
Plus, you've got like that folk thing, which I mean
Yeah.
doesn't really apply here, but I
But it
mean
does help.
functionally.
Yeah.
Plus 9.
I only have +4.
Persuasion.
And I can be anybody.
Well, you have the money too.
I have the
And
money,
you're like-
and I'm the priest.
Yeah, so you should definitely go. You should probably come with us.
I can be anybody I want to be. Like, actually, I
Cool.
disguise self.
So us three maybe,
Oh,
and then
no.
y'all two stay with the kids. I'll give you the wand of invisibility. It currently has.
We've traveled for 2 days.
Okay, then it has all its charges.
One less. I'm just kidding.
Swish and flick.
Which is a total of 5, by the way. And we have 6 kids.
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Which one are we giving up? Which one do we not like?
Well, can't you cast something?
No.
Great invisibility.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, you have something.
We've been traveling for 2 days?
Yeah.
Oh. I forgot to long rest.
We didn't long rest. We just traveled.
You've been in the cart. You could.
I've
Oh.
been in the cart.
Yeah.
If you'd like, you can.
I just need my spell slot.
We would like.
Oh, I was gonna say you can make a single Arcana check for that.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
What? What do we need to check?
All right, gather around, kids. Let's see if this works.
I'll see if I can summon a ghost here.
That's 19.
Want to hear a ghost story?
Okay. So I was trying to pull something up, but it's okay. As you focus your mind one night on your travels, you find a quiet spot on the side of the road, and you delve into your thoughts, your memories. You try to reach out and transcend those memories, culminate them into the present. It's faint at first, but it almost feels as if your fear of hearing it is what draws it out. An intense scream of pain from the one you love, your son. It's hard to make out exactly what he's trying to say between the shocks of pain, but you can make out help. And you can make out a low, almost what's the word whenever like sounds are almost matched up and they like
Dissonant.
yeah, there's like
I
a
would
there's
have
a
got that.
But I thought dissonant was its opposite. It's not.
it's
matched up.
not opposite. It's like almost lined up. It's
Off
phased.
sync.
You hear like a low phased sound, like, and as you take note of that, your senses draw towards it, and it becomes so loud, so drumming, so pulsing in your ears that it's all you can hear. It overwhelms the screams of your son, and just as it feels, your eardrums are going to burst from the low pressure of this sound. Your eyes shock open, and you're back where you were.
That was weird.
So have you guys decided what you're doing the next day in Brickhead?
Yeah, I think
I think
the three of us are going to
yeah.
go in while they
And
guard the cart.
I gave Sarnoran the Wand of Invisibility. I think things are following and your magic items covering it.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
But I do have to say one quick thing. We have to pause this. We have to time out right now.
Time out.
Time out.
City Guard. Holy crap.
City Guard
Good to
entered.
see you, man.
City Guard's here. Welcome
You better hit that.
Yeah. I gotta hit the button. Hang on. This might mess up my camera, but it's worth it for the
It
fog.
did mess up your
It did
camera.
mess up your-
It's fine. It's fine. We don't care. We got the fog. City Guard.
Welcome
Thanks for
back,
being
City
here.
Guard.
Thanks for the sub. We missed you, man. Hope you've been doing well.
I saw something like kind of pop up behind the magic item, and I was like, something's back there, but I can't tell what it is.
City Guard's a long-time viewer who just
We missed you.
subscribed for 10 months. So
Wow.
just had to give him a shout out.
Hey, buddy.
I saw you get
Thank
so
you.
excited over there.
I know. I was like, hang on.
Hang on.
So I'm sorry. What did you guys decide?
We're going to find
Us
the
three
city
are
guard.
staying- us three are going
That's
in-
gonna help us.
We're going to find the city guard. We actually are.
Yeah.
And then we're giving the Wand of Invisibility. I've given it to Sarnoran. It has all 5 charges. Just so you know, if you use all 5,
Go on breaks or something.
no, you have to roll a percentage die, and it might.
It could break.
It might
Yeah,
break.
it might break. But I mean,
I may have to use all.
yeah. So, yeah, that's that. And then us 3 are gonna go try to
Find some
shoot-
shady
Yeah.
guards.
What do you want
Yeah.
me to
Okay.
be?
Also, me as
Drunk.
Morgan is only
you.
thinking about cookies right now.
Not me, but
Would I know what would be a good thing to accompany a poor priest, a fairy, and what the third thing should be to help us most in this
Yeah,
town?
because I can't even hide my wings.
Make an insight check.
Can I hide my wings? Like if I put a jacket on, are they hidden?
I
I
mean,
don't know how wings.
you can fold them flat
Okay.
and if you put a cape or a cloak on it, you might be able to conceal them.
Nat 20
Nice. Hell yeah.
Oh,
for a total of 31.
So
you roll.
20. It's a nat 20.
No.
Oh, insight.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I said nat 20.
Yeah, I heard that, Sam.
you know that probably the best way to go about this would be to basically say that, like Sarnorn mentioned earlier, you're a traveling follower of Pelor, a high-ranking member of the Sun-Touched religious cult, and
We don't use that word.
yeah, and that these two are your traveling companions, people that make sure that any resistance that you might find is dealt with.
What should he look like? That was, yeah.
Bigger and rougher than I am.
Probably someone with like a fairly muscular build, because Taffy's kind of small, looks like maybe a magic user. You might want to disguise him as somebody that could handle some physical confrontation.
Do you disguise as both of yourselves?
No. I'm putting the.
It might also help to
Pelor-
incorporate some red into his outfit.
Like
Yeah.
a paladin,
You got some of the banners and stuff, right? That's one of the things. So we'll
like a knight of Penno,
drape a banner on you, and you can be kind of like a barbarian fellow or a
You
paladin.
got
or a
it.
zealot.
When did you take banners?
When he
Stole
stole
it
the
in the church.
candlestick.
I stole a bunch of shit from the church.
Would
on
we
the way
want
out.
me to be like fully associated with the church, or just someone like a brute that he hired, kind of thing?
Probably a brute that he hired, but the reason I mentioned the red and the reason Cheryl would have this idea is probably just to, at least in the back of their mind, give them some false connection to the
yeah.
Sun-Touched.
You could be a follower of Pelor, who I hired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be a kind of buff dude,
Okay.
bald head,
on
beard,
the Pelor job board?
green eyes.
hmm
Are you also wearing a
Well,
green
green eye.
Scar over the left eye.
Okay.
See, it also helps with the tough guy.
you gonna put your
Yeah.
your ninja headband over it too.
Anyway,
Um,
I hurt my finger doing
Yeah,
that.
you
just now.
punched the mic.
Ow.
Just a buff. They're the opposite of Ren. Buff dude.
Okay.
It's pretty thin.
You guys are making your way towards the gate now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you approach, you see
My sword's a great sword, for what it's worth.
the gate is open. People are walking freely in and out. There is a guard posted up on top of the gate, standing next to a mechanism that closes
What are we looking for?
a metal
Why are we-
grate that closes up the opening.
Some less than.
No.
Huh?
For the guard. Why are we here?
Oh, we're looking for some guards, some Sun-Touched who might be headed towards. I forget the name of the city because it starts with the
Allfast.
C. No, that starts with the C.
Crestia.
Crestia. To go to Crestia.
So we're looking for someone to run an errand for us.
Yeah, to bring some holy goods that direction.
Got it.
For us.
Okay.
Are you guys just pretending like you don't know each other?
No,
No, I was asking.
y'all are
if-
with me.
You genuinely didn't know what was
Kissing.
happening.
No, I knew it was happening.
He
I'm
just
trying
wanted to
figure
know more
out-
specifically what the plan
Got
was
it. Okay.
and what the deception
Okay.
to the guards that they ask why we're
I got
coming.
it. I got it.
But Alex said people are moving freely, so it doesn't look like he's like, hey, why are you coming in? Hey, you. Hey,
Yeah.
you, why are you leaving?
Oh, nothing's. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no.
Yeah.
My bad.
You walk through the gate, pretty much unresisted.
Great gate.
Not the gray gate, the great gate.
That's what I said, the great,
Great
gate.
gate.
Great
Great
gate.
gate. Great gate. Great gate.
What takes you aback almost immediately is the fact that this city that you're now walking into appears to have sort of built itself atop a military fortress. And it appears to have been built relatively quickly and haphazardly. Buildings are basically attached to walls in places with stairs kind of leading up. There are multiple levels. And
Brick it.
and at a certain point, you actually see a stone wall that's about waist high that peers over into an inlet of water that has several ships docked in the city center, a couple stories down.
Would I have ever
Kinda like
been here before, having lived so close?
It's not extremely likely. Maybe you would have passed through at some point.
I'm just curious
I think it's
if I would kind of
plausible.
know
7th grade
the
film.
best like tavern-ish or area of town to maybe
Are there
find the people that we're
walking-
looking
Yeah,
for.
are there people walking around?
There are a ton of people walking around,
I'll
and
stop
people
the-
of all natures, all walks of life. You see
As
races that
we-
you haven't seen in a while. Yeah.
Because they're better at talking too.
Well, yeah, I was
And
gonna
just,
say.
I would have had them in front of me
Yeah.
and me kind of behind them, like they're gonna do the talking.
I'm
and
gonna
everything.
stop someone passing by who looks
Okay.
rougher.
Distinctly, you don't want to stop Sun-Touched or anything. You want to stop. Okay.
I was also gonna say you and I can just start chatting in thieves' cant to each other and see if anybody kind of like.
I was gonna find someone just who look like just a person passing by who looks kind of.
The first person passing by is a dwarf, relatively stout, just typical for his nature. He's dressed in pretty shoddy clothes, and he's got a bit of sweat on his brow. Looks like maybe he might be a sailor of some kind.
Oi,
Yeah.
got any place where we could get a drink? Been a long travel.
Aye. You can follow me. I'm headed to one of my favorite places, actually. Friend of mine runs the joint. You'll like it. I can tell.
Good place to be.
Yeah,
Does he look at only him whenever he says you'll like it, or does he look at
he does.
me? Okay, I didn't know if he was like.
He's looking at this extremely built individual.
Okay.
Like with a fucking scar over the eye and shit. Figure that's the place to go.
Well, but I didn't know if he was gonna be like you'll like it because there's other sun-touched people there, or you'll like it because you're.
I'm not
tough.
like
That's why I was
overtly.
asking.
I'm like wearing some like.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like you have a red cape, so like you're not. It's not inherently like apparent that you're sun-touched like the rest of the soldiers
He's
here.
not wearing an LSU shirt.
it just looks like you're friendly to them.
But,
you know,
but he's not wearing
subconsciously.
like a Texas A&M shirt to it.
Yeah.
As you guys begin to follow him, he calls back to you. He's like, "I'm Thokum, by the way.
Tokum,
Thokum.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Darren.
Darren?
Darren.
Darren.
Yeah.
Strong name.
Thank you.
I like
Dot.
that. What brings you here, Darren?
Trying to get a fucking drink.
I could get along with that. Anyway, you
Long
continue.
fucking journey.
You continue following him, and you guys are going like upstairs, downstairs, around corners. You actually at one point duck under a building that's attached to another wall and is hanging. It's not touching the ground, and it's high enough for Thokum and Taffy to walk under, but you guys have to kind of like duck under it a bit so you don't hit your heads. You see other people doing the same thing, and they're not deterred by it at all. It looks like this is just the way the city is. Eventually, you come to a brick structure with a large foundation and several like Tudor-styled attachments that are sort of mushroomed over the top. It looks like it started off as sort of a gunnery, and they added on to it. Hanging from one of those Tudor add-ons is a sign that reads "The Wrestling Pepper."
Wrestling.
Oh, so that looks like to be the name of the place that we're going?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Is this place spicy?
Hi, welcome
Boy.
As
We're going to
you,
get in a bar fight without you.
All right.
Don't even! I cannot handle that.
I'm not getting in a fucking bar.
Slam the door open. I'm here for a fight.
You punch and it's like, that was a lot softer than
That's a lot softer than I thought. No, I banished the motherfucker. And at the same time. Yeah. He gone.
As you walk through the front door, you realize that those add-ons are not separated. It's all one big room, and the way it's laid out basically is this large brick structure opens up to a large room with a couple of sets of stairs that lead up to like some seating. There are tables as well as like some stadium-style seating facing inward. At the very center of the room appears to be like a gated square.
Oh my God! Yes. Oh my God! Yes.
And off to your right and left, there are two
Wait, why am I not
bars,
with you guys?
both with people manning them.
Oh,
You're not with us?
Yeah, you
I really
stayed-
thought that I was with you
I
guys.
thought we were going to get into a bar fight without you.
In the wagon.
I don't remember saying that.
You were not paying attention.
You did not get a choice.
You were looking at your new race, Becca.
We are in the wagon.
I will have
Somebody come get me.
I was gonna say I will have made a note that you would absolutely want to fight in here. I mean,
Yeah.
We'll come back.
We can come back.
We
We're
don't
just-
know about Fight Club.
We just need y'all to guard the cart while we get somebody to come and take the cart.
As you walk in, you hear all the different people, the chatter, the laughs, the
my
shouts. This tavern is full. It's very lively and it looks like a really popular place. But over all of it, you hear another dwarf call out from behind the counter on the right. Thogum, good to see ya! And as
Good, he's a regular.
Do we see other Suntouch like guards and stuff here too as well? Like,
You
I would
do.
be looking for that. Okay.
Like a lot?
I would say you probably make an investigation check. I want to see how many of them you see.
Okay.
I also want to know, of the ones we see, do they seem to be like shady?
Shady.
I see 7.
I see
Okay.
7. Your iris
you see-
collapsed.
You see 3, and of those 3, 2 are sitting at a table together, just sort of like having a conversation, and a third is at the bar that you're walking towards, just nursing
I
a
mean,
drink.
do they look shady? I mean, like kind of like the ones that we passed earlier on the road that were disheveled and not like basically the type of Suntouch that we're looking for, right? The ones that are like they're soldiers, but they're willing to do some shady shit.
Are we using
Make an
the
insight
Suntouch
check.
to move these kids?
What?
Are we using the Suntouch to move these kids?
Yes. That is 23.
Considerably better than
That's how they're going to
7.
get through Crestia. That's how they were doing it before.
Yeah. That's what Caitlin told us to do. Or suggested.
Yeah.
So 23 for the insight.
It can
Nice.
get stuck though.
Plus 11 of that. Got a 0 for the other one.
As you approach the bar and Thokum and his pal begin to speak back and forth about their his travels and what's been going on at the tavern, you take a look at the 2 that are sitting at the table, and they look like they're in pretty intense conversation. They're no more than 1 or 2 drinks deep, and possibly still on duty. The one next to you that's nursing his drink, at first you thought perhaps he was just, being responsible. But the more you look at him, it looks like he's got sort of a stoic look on his face, like he is too drunk and he's trying not to be.
Yes.
So
I'm so
none of these 3 look like the type of guard that we're looking for.
The one at the counter, possibly. With your insight check, I mean, you haven't talked to him.
Well, just based on like how they've kept up their armor and how they hold themselves.
I would say that all 3 of them have like fairly
Potential.
tarnished armor and robes. This is not like the city of Inniset. And you know that much even just from talking to Galen about it. The people, the Suntouched here, while they do still subscribe to the same beliefs, are not as devout.
Gotcha.
All right. What would the 3 of you like to do?
I'll have a drink with what's his face.
The guy, or Thokum, the dwarf.
What do you recommend here? Get out of the voice, man.
Nothing quite like a fire water after getting off of the seawater.
Give it around them.
Will do. Just drug, the usual, for my friend here too. He goes ahead and pays up for you. You see him put 2 gold on the counter. The dwarf comes back with a amber colored drink in a tall glass. It doesn't look like much, but whenever the fairly stout Thokum knocks it back, you see him sort of grimace for a moment.
I'll do the same.
Okay, make a con save.
Took a shot of fireball. Uh-oh.
Fireball.
That looks like a single-digit number.
Yes, it does.
Still a 15 though.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You do much the same.
Constituted.
That wasn't me. I didn't constitute it.
You're able to stomach the drink, but you do grimace a bit, and the Coom kind of slaps you. What you imagine like he means to be your back, but it's really just like your thigh.
Because he's so short.
He's like, it's like a shipwreck, don't it?
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
It's good stuff. Hey, Joe Strog, looks like we got a lively one here. Might want to enter the ring if you get a couple more drinks in him.
Maybe tomorrow. Long day of travel.
Fair enough. You guys are new in town. I get it. You want to get a lay of the land first? Well,
You got a fight going on tonight?
Joe Strog actually
Is there
chimes
something
in.
is there one happening currently?
There is not one
Okay, yeah, I
happening
was like,
currently.
if there's obviously somebody fighting.
What? Yeah, what time of day is it? I forgot what time.
It's night. It's maybe a couple hours past sunset. Just
Guarding the card.
Justrog hears you guys' conversation and chimes in. He says, "Aye, Pepper's actually fighting tonight. Namesake of the place. I know you guys are new here, but you'll like it.
Yeah?
It's good stuff.
What kind of, no holds barred? What are we doing here?
Anything goes here. This is where you might say the city of Brigid works out their problems.
Okay.
Whether you're betting on a contestant or entering in the fight yourself."
Gotcha. Hey, and I'm going to ask him kind of extensively, like, she'd like one, he'd like one. I think I want another one of those. What else do you have? But also slip in there in Thieves' Camp. Is there... Where?
Yes.
I have douche.
I'm gonna take a big old fucking shit. Not gonna lie, I got a shit and I just crapped my pants. So, that was real. That was
I did
Sam
constituted.
saying that. I pooped myself. I need help.
Oh my
help me.
god.
I didn't actually poop myself.
You sure?
Or did I? Ask him if there is, and kind of like lower, if we needed a shipment to Crestia, who and where would we go? But all of that in Thieves' Camp.
Okay.
While I'm asking about drinks for her, drinks for him, another drink for my, that whole.
Long-windedly, he responds, I'll get you one coming right up. You'll really enjoy this fight. It's going to be great, and you'll definitely want some drinks for it. As he's saying this, you hear back in Thieves' Cant that you'll want to find the dockmaster of the city. You're looking for a gnome near that hole in the center of the city that you'd found.
Hole?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
The one that basically leads down to
We
the
want to
hole.
go there. Just say, hey, we're going to the hole in the middle of the city that we
Yeah.
found.
Yes.
That is.
basically
It's hard to argue.
the docks within the city are like sunken a couple of stories down.
Got it.
Remember that wall that I was telling you about? That's about a waist high.
Yeah.
Let's see. I know I have this person marked.
When
Yeah.
when do the fights start?
Should be any moment now.
Not really.
Why, you wanna place a bet?
Sure.
Cheryl's gonna. We should probably get on with our business.
We probably should. Yeah.
Well,
and also, Ren wants to.
I know, but also like,
Wait, did he respond to you in Thieves' Camp or no?
Yeah. He gave us. A
I
plate.
don't know.
I know.
that,
I know.
But I'm. So Cheryl at this point is kind of like, why are you wasting so much time? We need to go do things.
I'm gonna look at you and just kind of.
First of all, for the drinks you order, you're going to mark off 4 gold.
Knowing what he said, I don't think we should be saying we got the information.
Yeah, but we can't just fucking get drinks and leave.
So then,
We can, though.
We can, but we gotta.
first of all, who you want to bet on and how much?
Alex, you gotta give me more than that, buddy. I can't. I don't know who's fighting.
You haven't asked.
No idea when you're coming.
Who's fighting?
Well, first of all, we've got Pepper, the namesake of the bar. It's pretty sure bet she'll win, but you never know. Odds could be pretty strong going the other way for Hegref. He's a pretty sturdy ship hand who made a mess of the place a couple nights back.
So Tiger versus Pepper.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
10-1. Pepper's favor.
While they've been doing this, I don't know if Arsenway doesn't agree to this in the moment, but I would have suggested taking the wagon further out of town so the kids can get out a little bit while they
Okay.
do their thing.
That's
So
fair.
they're not stuck in these
Are you
boxes.
gonna tell us?
Gotcha.
I can't.
You can't.
So.
That's fine. I mean,
Yep.
easy enough.
Well,
Yeah.
and like,
We
like I
outed,
told him,
boy.
We probably would have.
Just
We
somewhere.
probably would have made a plan of like,
discreet so
once
they
we
can-
know what we're doing, we'll send it and be like, hey, we're coming with a guy, or like, hey,
Yeah.
Meet
come
so-and-so
into
here.
town and meet us here or whatever. Yeah. So,
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
We're just out playing with
so
the
he
kids.
would know that.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
get in touch with him when we need him.
And we'll jump back to you guys in a moment. If there's like something more, is there something more specific that you guys want to do?
I'm just doing the Avatar thing with the dancing lights.
Dun, chicka, dun, dun, chicka, chicka.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll read to them.
There you go. Kids
What you
love
reading?
reading?
You want me to read it?
I just want to know: is it like a children's book, or is it like a like
It's a-
from your home
Clifford.
place?
Yeah, yeah. I wrote a children's book.
Did you really? That's awesome.
It's called Clifford.
It's
Maybe-
not called
hey.
Clifford.
Maybe. How long is it?
About as long as Clifford.
I don't know, a page or so of like nothing.
20 on Hecker.
That's cool.
We can put it in
Aye.
Discord.
I'll take that bet. And he pulls it in.
that'd be
As soon as he does, you
Yeah.
actually hear like people begin to cheer. That turns your attention around, and you see a pretty stocky-looking human being walk out into the ring from the side of the bar that you guys are on. He's got some pretty tattered clothes. He looks like he's been maybe hitting the streets of Brigade a little too hard. But for right now, he's sobered up and his gaze is fixed on the other side of the ring.
Whoa.
He's got a serious look on him, and you get the feeling that he means business.
Is this Pepper?
This you guys gather is Hegref.
Taffy's losing her mind in the stands right now. She'll start cheering. If the crowd is cheering, she's cheering. By the
I'll
way.
walk over to him as it gets louder and just be like, we have to blend in for a moment. Just calm down.
You actually hear the crowd begin to chant, "Pepper, Pepper,
I'll
Pepper,
start chanting
Pepper."
with her. Taffy's
And as-
chanting. Just looking at Cheryl like,
As you find
Come on.
a
Cheryl's
place
just trying to look
to
distinguished. I mean, like he's like a pillar priest. and
Yeah.
Oh, that's
most
right,
of the ones
okay.
that he's met.
Well,
yeah.
He's in.
well, I'm not.
as you find a place to sit and watch comfortably, you actually feel the ground begin to shake as people are like pounding their feet. But more than that, you feel it shake as footsteps make their
crowd
way
like,
towards the ring. As soon as what you imagine is Pepper steps into the light, the crowd erupts. You see before you a 4-foot-tall dwarven woman with a beard.
Taffy is hanging off of the ceiling. She's going crazy.
She walks out and she's like smiling and waving to everybody. She looks like a bit aloof, like
Like she's been hit a lot.
well, like she's
Well, she's not nervous about.
She's not
anything.
nervous
Yeah,
at
she's
all.
not Hype.
and you get the sense that she likes to encourage the tavern of her namesake to have a good time. But as the crowd begins to settle, she does too. She turns towards Hegref, gives him a side eye, and then her smile drops to a serious tone. She assumes a stance, one fist closed, the other one ready to block any incoming attack. And they square off. As the crowd simmers to a near silence, you can hear a pin drop in the room. Hegref and Pepper begin to circle one another. And you see Justrog, the dwarf you were just talking to, wander over to the side of the bar, grab a rope beneath the bell, and start clanging it loudly. At that exact moment, Hegref rushes in headstrong and tries to drive Pepper into the floor. He succeeds in doing so, her small frame not enough to hold his doubled size. But in doing so, she tries to take his momentum and flip him over backwards. She fails. Hegref has prepared, apparently, over the last couple of days, knowing this fight was coming, and actually spins his back leg to catch himself before she propels him forward and slams her chest into the ground. She tries to take a cheap shot with her elbow against his face, and she misses as the air is knocked out of her lungs, and she can't quite find her mark.
Did
Hegref
you bet on one of them?
Hegref knows this is his opportunity to strike, and he lifts his leg and brings it down as fast and as with the full force of his weight behind it onto her chest.
She's dead.
Isn't that one?
She rolls out of the way and grabs his leg, pinning him to the ground. As he does, his head slams against the wooden floor, and you actually hear the crack. The audience, ooh!
Good.
He's slow to try and get up, and you actually see him stumble for a moment. He looks a bit dazed. You see the dwarven woman assume a running stance and begin charging full steam. Her feet moving faster than any little person you've ever seen. She leaps forward and tries to grab her arm around his neck and wrench him back down to the ground. But she slips off.
I was gonna say you're just gonna roll that once for.
I know.
I appreciate that you're like telling the story. as
Well, I mean, you
you're
bet
holding
money,
it.
so I want to leave it to chance
Yeah.
here. She slips off, slides across the floor to a stop. Hegref is on his feet again, and as she turns to face him, he's a little bit quicker than she expects, and he tries to give her
What are you
one
gonna say, Sam?
big uppercut. He lands it. As he does,
I'm really impressed with you right now, Alex.
as he does, you feel the impact yourself. Standing as far back as you are, you see her beard basically split around his fist as it makes its way to her chin. Her feet leave the floor, and she clatters to the ground with a mighty thud. The crowd is completely silent. Pepper's not moving.
Did you tell us that you bet on her?
He didn't bet.
He bet on him.
You bet on him.
Jostrog
I said 10-1 because he was supposed to lose.
Jostrog makes his way to the center of the ring.
That just accidentally happened.
He takes a quick look at Pepper, helps her to her feet. The crowd kind of claps her off a little bit, and then he walks over to Hegref, and I forgot what his name was for a second. He heads over to Hegref, says a little something to him, shakes his hand, and then lifts it high in the air. The crowd goes absolutely nuts, from dead silent to completely off the
Darren
wall.
just won.
You see several patrons
Darren just
actually
won
roll their
so much
eyes, like
money.
expecting that Pepper was going to win this one.
So how much money did he just win?
It was 10-1, and he bet 20 gold, so
I
200 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. While the fight was going on, I didn't want to interrupt you while you were doing your fight stuff.
Yeah, that was great.
But while the fight's going on, Cheryl would want to every now and again just kind of like look around the room and see if we are drawing any attention from anybody, since most people, if not everyone, are watching the fight anyway. He just wants to know, like, I guess if we have to be worried. I know y'all are.
We're
I know
watching
y'all
the
are.
So you're watching to
I'm
see if
gonna get
anybody's
you-
like.
Not like intently
Who's the
watching.
I'm gonna go to the bookie and get my fucking.
I guess, but like every now and again, because like obviously if I'm like looking around, then we might get eyes. But if I'm just kind of like every now and again
Money?
like surveying the crowd, if
Yeah,
anybody's
you can
looking
add
at
it.
us.
Make a perception check.
Perception. So I can never find perception. Okay, 15.
That was it?
I get +3. That was a 12.
I thought those people outside. I was like,
Music starts back up in the tavern as the fight has subsided, and you hear cheers and jeers all around. Based on what you could see, everybody was focused on the fight. People come here for a good time, and as Jostrog said, it's usually where the people of the city settled their differences. He mentioned that Hegref had made a mess of the tavern the other night, and you gather that maybe this was his way of paying them back.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we're not drawing any unwanted attention. Like, I wasn't
It doesn't look
expecting
like
to find anything, but just being cautious.
It doesn't appear to be the case. You make your way back to Jostrog and collect your winnings.
Know how to pick a winner, huh?
You've got a keen eye. I never would have guessed in a million years that Hegref would beat Pepper, but everyone's got their off days. We'll see. I'm sure he'll make a mess of the tavern another time, and we'll have a rematch. I'll make double the money then.
How do you get signed up here to fight?
Well, you could talk to me, or you could talk to Pepper. We run the establishment together, although I'd imagine you'd probably want to talk to me right now. Pepper's not looking so hot.
Got it. Maybe later.
All right. Well, you know where to find me. I'll be here.
And now we're off.
Yeah, we're gonna go to. I don't know where we're going. You just said that you know. Like you figured all that out. in
I
Thieves'
know, but
Camp.
I don't. Morgan doesn't know.
I know, but I don't.
It's the harbor master in the hole in the town.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys leave the tavern, the music fades. The cheers linger for a time as you make your way back towards the docks at the center of the city. It's nighttime, so there's not quite as many people as whenever you came. Everyone's sort of found their place to be. It's getting a bit later in the evening, but surprisingly, as you approach the docks, there is a small wooden building right where the stairs begin to go down towards the ships. And within, you see a little gnomish woman who's scribbling away at a
This is the
logbook.
description we were given.
Said you were looking for a gnome.
And what was the name? I forgot. I mean, you would,
He wasn't given a name. There's not necessarily.
just the
I feel
harbor
like Thieves'
master?
Camp would be kind of hard to give a name in.
and then when you put the strawberry sauce in the Delilah,
So you weren't given a name, but you knew to look for the gnomish harbor master.
Okay. So, we approaching?
Are we?
Yeah. I mean, you guys are better at persuading.
What
and
are
things like that.
we-
I'm good at insight, so I was just gonna kind of like sit back while you guys talk and like insight the fuck out of
be
her
the
while
bullshit
we're
leader.
talking to her.
What are we? How many? And how heavy is the things we're trying to send over?
6.
6 boxes.
We have 6 cases.
6 kids.
Well, I
So-
know we have 6 kids.
No, I
but
know.
We have
They-
we're obviously not gonna be like we're smuggling tiefling children in.
I know, but I mean, it's 6 boxes
okay with
and
that?
whatever you would think like a kid would weigh. Like,
6 cases of potatoes.
They vary.
yeah,
I mean, so I just so
yeah,
whatever.
you would
Well,
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
The amount of goods that we're transporting.
There's no one else around here.
The streets are quiet, but they're not empty. There are people walking about, and if you are worried about someone overhearing you, you might want to talk in a hushed tone.
Well, and the thing is, we want to get this not just to Crestia, but like across the border at Crestia. Like, these things need to be brought into Zheles.
Oh, I'm aware.
Okay.
But that's the Crestia
So,
team's job, right?
This is the
we don't
dock master.
Yes.
I would like to
You would imagine.
reasonably could take it through
ask
Crestia to the
her
other side, so
and
Or they hand it
figure
off, I
out
don't know.
how you want to do this. The conversation that Cheryl will hear is about us getting a ship, getting a passage for the three of us, because he is on a journey to share pullers with the
world.
Well, with the continent across the ocean. So we're trying to figure out the pricing of that.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
what we're actually talking about, I figure we can just have that actual conversation, but
Yeah.
these can't. Still, all not loud enough to be heard. And I mean, you can chime in as well.
So what are you saying in Thieves Camp?
Sending back, yes.
That's what we're about to do.
Okay.
I just figured I would set up the
Yeah.
because I don't want to have two conversations.
No, totally. Yeah, I appreciate that. No, that makes sense. Yeah, tell me like what you're actually talking about. We don't have to have that conversation, and then just tell me what you're actually saying.
And I won't use the accent because it's easier to just talk like myself. So first off, we were told you're the person to look for if we're looking to get some. We were told you're the person to smuggle tiefling children in.
Holy relics.
Children across the border.
Holy relics. Yes.
My friend here has some artifacts that need to get through Crestia.
I know.
Well, you can still insight her responses because like the,
and, like,
the
her
responses
facial
will happen the
expressions and
same.
stuff.
So you'll be
Yeah.
able to get reads on.
Yeah, but I don't know what she's saying because you're saying it in Thieves Can't.
That is a great point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but she seems to be lying about this.
She's lying about how much the boat's gonna cost. She's lying about the kind of wood they use. I don't understand.
Right.
That's funny.
And tongues doesn't work on Thieves Can't, so.
No, it does not.
language.
Nope.
Basically, our friend here is looking for a way, is looking to get some goods across Crestia. No questions asked, no inspections.
Into Zheles.
Are you the person we were told to talk to you?
She responds, yeah, that's quite a big journey. And she begins to like kind of talk about the vessels that would be capable of taking you there. She mentions like one is currently here but has another job that's probably not going to allow it to facilitate. You might need to wait a couple weeks, and here's where lodging is good. And so like nice long conversation, but slipping in there every once in a while drops a hint of Thieves Can't, and more or less it boils down to how much is it worth to you?
Real quick, would you guys have ever? I don't think you guys have ever outwardly said that you guys spoke Thieves Can't. Normally, most of the conversations you have.
She has, because
She's
I asked
told
her
us.
to teach me a long time ago.
I know where this is going. I think.
No, I'm just,
Okay, I thought you were going to interrupt and be like, guys, that's not what we're here for.
I mean, okay, so you do. I mean, like, kind of. It would be like, should I be suspicious that like obviously you're talking about the wrong ship, and obviously you got this information from the tavern, and I didn't hear you get that information, so it's like. If you didn't tell me, would Cheryl reasonably be able to be like, I see what's going on
We've
here?
done this, and like you've
Yeah.
been with us while we're all having a friendly conversation, and then we get out of a tavern and we're like, we need
Ren's
to go
like,
here.
we know things.
And I'm like, hey, we need to like this.
Yeah,
is where
but
this
also
is where we get the
also
explosives
sometimes we
from.
like split up in taverns, so like I don't know.
Make an insight check. It's relatively low DC because I feel like you would have seen this before.
Oh my
Don't
god.
understand.
That's a 13 with a plus 11 to insight.
Well, turns out you're insight checking your friends. So you're a little confused at first, but eventually you see that Taffy is just sort of like nodding along, like she's not at all concerned by it, and you gather that they're having a secret conversation that Taffy understands and you don't.
Way to feel left out.
I'll move the conversation, the real conversation, the one that he's hearing, in a direction. I'm basically trying to put that conversation in a direction where I can ask Cheryl.
I'm listening.
Like, well, yeah, I'm trying to think of how to phrase it.
Yeah, you're good.
Where I can ask Cheryl what the fuck,
What's the price that we were willing to pay for this?
Mm-hmm.
Our gold piece.
Or, you know what, I'll kind of lean into you and just mention, oh, you know what I'll do? Check this out. I'm going to look over at you.
I did think that you're doing all of these things and you like stop each time.
Yeah, it's like, I'll look over at you and go, and then ask you something in person. Like ask you a question about like, how long would
tell me to sending to him.
How long
No,
would it
I'm
take?
talking about
No,
Alex.
she's talking about Alex. He's moving.
I was gonna do the
maps.
same thing to him, so.
Yeah.
God, I got fuzz.
How long
everywhere.
is my trunk?
So
I mean, I would
nose,
assume it's like
everywhere.
It's all good. I got
Sorry,
pictures
I was
of
putting the
mine.
map of
mid-chest,
Brigit on screen.
like just below my pecs, not quite belly button, but not quite
below that
nipples.
trunk.
Not quite nipples.
Well, like
But just
Oh, between nipples and belly button.
yeah.
What are we talking about?
I guess it's a weird. How long is my trunk?
We're talking in Thieves' Camp right now.
This is the nonsense conversation we're having instead.
Toaster strudel.
Toaster strudel. Basically, just fucking message me.
Yeah, sending. Yeah.
Somebody get him sending for Christmas or something, man.
Would you have asked me first, or do I need to frickin' sending to be like, hey, ask question, and then do I need to sending again to
have to do
reply?
that.
Use 2 spell slots.
Yeah.
That's a cantrip.
It doesn't matter.
Well, so here, like, I
doesn't-
like,
really doesn't matter. I
Just
haven't used any spells, and I think
open the
about
sending,
sleep
and I'll
right.
ask you a yes or no. Like, open, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, open the fucking send. Like, send me
Penetrate
Yeah.
his mind.
Bloodshed. Do we have time to trade favors for this rather than money? Just nod yes or no.
I mean, Cheryl will just say,
Yes.
I can't see why not. I mean, like, and reasonably.
I mean, we have something to do, but if
Yeah. I mean, if it's like a 3-week favor,
I don't
no.
know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Do you have anything in Thieves' Camp? Do you have anything that you need done to help cut off some of our expenses?
I'm pretty self-sufficient, is what she responds.
My friends and I can help with that self-sufficiency. I know some
Gold.
resourceful people.
Yeah, you can help with money, bitch.
Make a persuasion check.
Let me roll it.
Persuasion?
That looks like a single-digit number.
It is a single- I'll use a luck.
That looks like a double-digit number.
25.
She mulls it over, looks deep into your eyes, including the one that's black.
It's got a scar over it.
She says, I get the feeling that I know people around here that are a little bit more useful than the ones that you know.
Maybe so.
So what's it worth to you?
George.
She rolled very well.
I don't know how much gold we have, and I don't know how much this would cost. I don't know how much
I
this
mean,
would cost.
realistically, if you were to ask Cheryl would have said, how much does something like this usually, how much do you usually charge for something like this?
I mean, I'm a pirate. How much would it cost to smuggle something normally?
With your experience,
Like, I don't know that it's Sam, but Ren would know roughly the costs.
with your experience, you know that the more you pay, the greater care is taken. However,
What's a little and what's a lot?
talking to someone that you don't know, Ren would probably be hesitant to price it too high because then,
Barter.
well, people might catch wind of it and try and steal whatever it is.
So there's a fine line to walk.
There's a fine line to walk.
Like a lot is like 1,000, and like not as much would be 500.
Yeah, that's what we're really
Because
trying to
boy
gauge too.
gave
is
him
like,
like 1,300.
Make a
1,500. Jesus.
15.
Oh wait, that's.
I mean, this is something that Ren would do. Like, I assume
know.
don't know what.
3,000.
I'm trying to see how we can gauge like how good your guess would be. Make a sleight of hand check because I feel like you're probably pretty decent at that, and that makes sense for what it is.
Percentile dice. 18.
Okay. You gather that spending as little as 500 gold would do the job. 1,000 gold would probably be no questions asked. 1,500 would probably be suspicious.
So it sounds like the priest kind of knew that 1,500 might cover it.
Yeah, but
Well, I
1,500
mean,
might
he
draw
gave,
too
he
much
gave
attention
you guys
to
what
our-
you had. Yeah.
Right.
What he
but
had.
Maybe we can offer. I mean, well, we can't. I can't say this without her hearing it. So.
Just say it normal.
I'll be fine.
Well, Ren's the one with this information too.
Yeah.
You guys don't know.
Yeah, we
this.
don't know.
He's the one with the experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, you have nothing you need done? Nothing that maybe we can, fix a price for?
She kind of leans back in her seat. Nothing that's already not being taken care of.
Are you sure? We are quite good friends with the doctor. Skills are pretty.
Doing a little spinning
I know a good alchemist in town. He takes care of me.
1,000, no questions asked.
Should use that yet.
When's the earliest you can get it over?
Well, there's a shipment heading to Crestia in, I think a few days now.
How long would a shipment like that take to get to Crestia from here?
About 4 days.
500 now, 500 when it leaves?
I think that's pretty agreeable. If you throw in a little extra, maybe we can get that shipment moving earlier.
Any way we can make the shipment take less time?
No, like just starting earlier is what you
Yeah.
mean.
Oh, I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
Taffy's asking about
Yeah.
She's saying if she can get there earlier,
Yeah.
get there faster.
faster.
So this is a rush job.
Potentially. No questions asked. Agreed. Persuasion?
Well, I think he's just rolling to see how she reacts to that.
Roll a persuasion check, yeah.
13.
Okay.
What is it?
13.
But it's a natural one.
Still
13.
It is still a 13.
Yeah.
Um,
I just want
lowest
everyone.
I could
I just want
possibly
everyone
get.
at home to know.
Yeah. Fuck you, Sam.
she looks in your direction, sort of narrows her eyes, slowly nods. Fair enough. So 500 now, 500 when it gets there.
I'll say and not thieves can't. So Cheryl hears. So 500 now, 500 then.
Yeah.
And then I'll look at Cheryl.
Are you
500
gonna?
now, 500 then.
I said it.
That is, I know you said it like in
Okay.
person,
So
but
it
Cheryl, like
is,
this is the first
and so
Cheryl's
it
heard.
shall
So he's
be.
like,
Yeah.
is this real?
Yeah, no. I think we're both kind of looking at you like.
Okay, so Cheryl will take out 500 gold and
Yeah.
when should we have them? Or have it? He wouldn't say them.
Yeah, I'll
obviously.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. When should we have the shipment here?
I'm gonna say and not thieves can't. So I believe our understanding is that it would be going out tonight, correct?
No, in
No.
3 days.
In 3 days. That is what she
I thought
said.
we were talking about it.
The ship doesn't leave for 3 days.
Not for
We
the
were
same
trying
price.
to make a rush.
But it doesn't leave for 3 days, and it gets there in 4, so 7 days total to get to where. It's
Correct.
Right. We were just discussing a rush job. I understand what's happening. I'm trying to persuade her stuff correctly.
Throw in an extra 200 gold, and we have a deal.
Is she talking to Thieves' Camp so he can hear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This she would say outside of Thieves'
Okay,
Camp
that's
because
what
it
I was-
could
yeah,
be
'cause we're
anything.
talking
Yeah, I mean,
about
at this
that
point,
now.
we're
Yeah.
we're literally discussing getting us across.
Logistics,
Yeah.
We're actually discussing getting across the ocean.
Yeah.
Wait, we're just discussing prices at this point.
Yeah.
Still no questions asked and no raised eyebrows.
Of course.
More.
I am a gnome of my word.
So 500 now, 700 once it ships.
And it ships tonight.
700 now.
And it ships tonight.
In the morning. It's the earliest I can do.
That's fair.
I'll be here bright and early to see it off.
200.
What about 600 now? 600 then?
Make a persuasion check.
$27.
I can do with that.
Perfect.
Great. I'll take another 100.
100 gold in there. And
Great doing business with you.
You as well. While you're waiting for your ship to sail, I hear the best sights, and a place you can probably pick up some good memories is just outside of the city. The road north on the way to Crestia. It's pretty nice this time of year.
so she telling us that's where they're meeting us?
That's the pickup point.
Oh shit.
That's where y'all are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, full disclosure, it's not just because that's where you guys are. It's in her mind like
It's on the way.
she wants to sneak the shipment on, but she's not going to do that inside of the
Yeah,
city
we're not
with
gonna
all
bring
the
it
sun
in
touch.
into
She's
town.
only going to pay off the
No.
guards she needs to.
Yeah,
Alright.
you pay.
It
Yeah,
does
you
not
pay
go
off.
through
You
the
pay.
distribution center.
You keep as much of you for yourself
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah.
That does not go through the DC.
So
Thanks for the tip.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Yeah.
be sure to take a look.
as we're leaving her, whenever that is, Cheryl would relay that to Sarnorin with sending. I mean, as best he can in 25 words. That we're coming back out to meet him, and in the
Hey,
morning.
baby.
In the morning,
We
we're
come-
meeting
You said
there.
something like, "We're going to meet them at the," and then you stopped talking. I don't know what happened, but
Are you done? You didn't say love Cheryl.
so confused.
More coming.
I love you, and I miss you. That sounded like something bad. Anyway.
It reminds me of that chicken strips with the macaroni on top. When he's covered in shaving cream.
That's good. That's good.
I love that video.
I've told them of our updated position. I told them we'd probably be safer to just stay out since it's on the way to the meeting
Yeah,
spot.
yeah, we might as well.
So just come meet us.
Yeah, we might as well not try to like get them into town and safe. Like, might as well just stay outside of town.
Now and when it ships, like if it ships with no
With no issues.
no problems,
Yeah.
she gets the rest right.
Yeah.
Like not getting.
We've
there.
started a braiding circle.
Right. Sorry, I said getting there, but
No,
Yeah,
I-
once we say here to shipment, here also other 700. Like that's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She gets
Other
she gets the-
600, sorry.
She gets the other.
Cheryl's
6.
terrible.
She gets the other 6 when they're.
Cheryl only got like that
Half the
information.
conversation.
So
Yeah.
that information, and he still fucked that up.
And we're just like, so 500 now, and he's like, fuck.
He's like, oh, actually, okay.
I'm the money guy.
Actually happening?
It's like,
Okay.
I imagine like walking in somewhere and just like standing with your friends while they're like talking in a whole different language, and they look at you, you're like $500, and you're like, okay.
You guys make your way back towards where Sarnorin and Arsinoe are camped out with the valuable
Chillins.
parcels. And as you make your way out of the city, you actually see a ship sailing in. You hear the bell indicating that a ship is docking. And you realize there is a small inlet just just outside of the city that has a couple of stone docks. You see,
Dude.
That's really loud, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Dude, you have to keep on from the DM.
that's enough.
Booked.
You see some stone docks outside of the city, and actually some tents set up nearby. There's not anybody there aside from a few people tending to the harbor, but it looks like they're unloading goods from the ship and preparing them for sale in the morning. Not sail like ship sailing, but like selling. Sail! Yeah.
They're preparing them for the market
Yeah.
in the morning.
Exactly.
Preparing it for market.
Hey,
Oi, governor.
Are you still
you.
disguised as your buff guy?
On the way out, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What's that little orb thing that you do?
I have dancing lights.
When we get far enough out, I'll just
Can
be
you
vegan.
can you make like
Yeah.
a game of it too? I was thinking of doing something fun with like deflect missiles, where like we like throw them like back and forth at each other. Essentially.
Sure, they float. You can just hit them.
Alright, we can do that too.
she wants to deflect missiles.
I know,
Sure.
Did
you ever just throw them at you, too?
It'd be fun, yeah.
Just
It'd be like,
It's like
How would you like to deflect magic missiles? You can't.
yeah. We can play like a game of like keep up with the kids because it's not really anything
Don't
that's
let it
like
hit the ground.
Don't hit the ground. Yeah, exactly.
Or you all die!
Anybody
they
want
won't
some?
hit the ground.
No.
It's like
Ooh,
keep me up on
ginger
my
snaps.
Snaps.
This stream sponsored by World Market.
Please.
Not really.
Sponsor me.
This
It
stream
is
should
not,
be
to be
sponsored
clear.
by.
That would be great.
So good. You never had them? Oh my god.
Dude, I will eat that whole tin. This is so good. Except for those two.
And the 500 that I ate last night.
Is there anything you guys would like to do before knocking out for the night? I'm assuming you're just sleeping at the cart.
Yeah, we braided everybody's hair while they were gone.
Yeah, we braided Bryce's hair. We played Keepy Uppy with the little dancing
And
lights.
she told them their story, I think, right?
Uh-huh.
When
Yeah.
we
Nice.
get out there, I'll keep watch with our Sinaway first watch.
Okay.
Hey, be prepared to do something that you immediately regret.
No, sit your ass down.
Arsenaway, make a performance check. I want to see how your story affected them.
Okay. Should I roll a regular dice? Regular dice.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
got
roll a regular dice.
They hated it.
I shouldn't have rolled a regular dice. 11.
Okay.
Nerd.
12.
No, that's totally different.
You get the
Totally
sense
different.
that the kids don't really hear many like bedtime stories or stories
Anything.
much at all.
If I get Sarnoran to like help me with some of
I
it,
would have absolutely like pantomime.
yeah, because
or, like, had little puppets or
so
something.
the story
Okay.
is all about like the elements, so I can tell like, and he knows the story because I've told it to him before.
Got it.
Earth.
It's not like
Wind.
Everything was super
it's-
cool
it's
till the
about-
fire people attacked.
it's about fire, sand, and water, like becoming
Like a
friends.
knockoff Avatar.
Yeah.
What happened to the air people?
I have fire.
We don't know.
I make fire.
All right. Yeah,
He
fine.
fireballs
I
all
get
the
some
children.
sand from outside.
Yeah, all right, that's fine.
Dust. Wind. Dude.
Bill and Ted's Excellent
Roll
Adventure.
roll with advantage.
Oh, sweet.
Reroll
Okay.
that, yeah. That's
Much
better.
better.
That's better.
Okay, thank you, Sam. Yep, that's an 18.
Okay. They are captivated with both the story and the special effects that go along with it.
Perfect. That's what I wanted.
In hushed voices, they do often laugh and cheer and smile, and the range of emotion that they display makes them pretty docile at the end of the day, and they all go to sleep
We cap it off.
Dude,
pretty tired from
we're the best
having a good
babysitters
time
ever.
with
Freaking
their
babies
with
stay
their
out all the time.
babysitters.
By the way, they each of them could hold Harry while the story was being told. He was hanging out.
Oh, nice.
It's like a little cat cafe.
Or as an
You know
owl?
what you should
He's
have done?
cat.
Made him a long cat, and they all could hold him.
Like tube cat.
Yeah, like two.
They might have
Cat
Like is it like cat dog, but
Cat dog.
all cat.
Yeah.
All,
It's cat
just-
cat.
All long
It's
cat.
cat cat.
It's just
long boy.
Cat.
Dr.
Wait,
Link.
wait,
Dr.
wait.
Get it?
Dr.
It's
Lengthwise.
cat and
It's
cat
it's
backwards.
cat.
He has 6 A's in his name, one for each child.
Exactly. Anyway,
He's a slinky.
Slinky cat.
Is a fan.
as you guys bed down for the night,
Hey.
I need the two of you to roll perception checks. I'm taking first watch.
Cheryl would like to take one of the watches at least.
I'll take second watch with you.
Have you sleeping all night? Whoa, that's amazing.
16, baby.
I'm fucking so on point right now.
22.
I can see
Nice.
everything.
I was doing math. I can do this. Pretty sure I was
Because
doing
you
math.
would notice before, I do want to ask: are the children sleeping in or out of the crates?
Maybe
I
in the
think that They were
wagon,
gonna
but
be in the
probably out of
wagon and like in their crates, but like they don't have to be like fully shut.
We give-
you know.
Gotcha.
Point of order. If I guess watch would have been publicly announced in our group, I would hand the watch team the wand of invisibility.
Watch team.
At the first sign of trouble, make the kids invisible.
Watch team 6.
Then we don't
And
have
wake
to be.
me up so I can make the sixth
Watch-
one invisible.
5.
Got it. Okay. Watch team 6. Oh. For some reason I thought that was to Will, and I was waiting for Will to high five you, and then it just registered. He
We are
can't.
watch team 6.
I got you now.
SEAL team
The
watch.
wand doesn't. It's not
Watch. The fuck are you doing?
to you. It's not attuned.
No.
Right?
No.
No. Okay.
To you.
I'm flipping it like a drumstick.
To you.
Drumstick.
The wand chooses the wizard, Harry.
I would also like to use my third eye at some point to like see if there's anything invisible around
Okay.
us.
We'll say with your same perception check, you don't notice anything magical, but you do see one of the Brigade Sun-Touched guard wandering the pathway, coming upon your caravan at night, and looks
off
like
the
they're kind
pathway
of
now?
curious.
Are we
You guys, you're off the pathway, but you're visible.
Close enough.
close enough? Hey, this is Untouched Guard coming up. Should we go to meet them?
Why would we meet them?
I'm gonna give you
Wait,
20 seconds.
Okay. The kids are
asleep.
already in the box. No, I know, but I heard you say
put
put
'em
them
in
in
the
the
box?
box. Yeah, that's what I was
We
saying.
said,
Like
we said basically
they're
they sleep in the box, but the box isn't closed.
Yeah, yeah, they're just
okay.
not fully shut.
Okay.
Where's your stuff?
Like,
Your robe and
Where's your
everything.
gold?
Oh, your gold.
I mean, it's on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on me.
I'm gonna dig through his shit and grab his gold.
Okay.
While he's sleeping.
Do I wake up from that?
I would say no. He's pretty sly.
I can check. I mean, we can check.
Yeah, you want to
If
do
you
it?
want.
Okay, sleight of hand check
What do you think you have to
versus perception.
Oh, that was almost a 9, and then but it was a 6 plus, so it is a 9 because I got a plus 3.
8. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, so you stir a bit, and you actually you don't shoot awake, but you kind of feel like something's amiss.
It's just a sun touch.
Sorry.
Get my hat back, Jordan.
It is a single sun touched.
I need your gold
I don't know what the fuck to do.
for a bribe.
I got gold.
what?
You can always
Dumbass,
count
I
on
got
Will to
gold.
laugh at my.
I
Yeah,
got
she
gold.
has a
Here.
shit ton of gold too.
Here's some gold.
As you guys are kind of chaotically doing this.
Well, no, Cheryl, would Cheryl see them coming?
No, he said there's just one.
I mean,
sun touch.
you're waking up right now.
Well, yeah, but he would put his monocle on him, like,
Monocle.
yeah, because if he needs a bribe, he's gonna be like, "Who else is here?" The minute
I
he
would
says
say that
bribe.
you could see them maybe 15 feet out, like they're almost on the wagon here.
Yeah,
Is
Cheryl
it
would
them?
stand up and
Is
put.
it multiples or just
It
one?
is one person.
Okay,
you
sorry,
you
got
would
it.
see that with your eye and
Okay.
perception check for sure.
No, I'm just making sure them is gender neutral.
Yeah, Cheryl would stand up with his holy symbol, the Pelor one.
What's up?
You hear
I mean, yeah. Well, I'll just stay seated and just wave them to say hello to not be super suspicious.
you hear a voice call out. What are you doing out here?
I'm gonna change my face.
I'll stand up and walk over there
I mean, it's
and
dark.
say, "Hi, we're just resting out here."
Is everything all right? The city's just this way.
Oh yeah, no, everything's fine. We actually really couldn't afford to stay somewhere, but we're actually pretty used to just staying outside, so we figured we'd be here for a little while.
Didn't want to spend the and Cheryl's gonna do his best not to sound gruff like he normally does.
Yeah.
The parishioner's gold on an inn. We just came to have a shipment delivered for us, but our rendezvous is in the morning, so we're just waiting outside and then we're gonna go and meet them in the morning.
Make a deception check with advantage.
I mean, that's not false.
Yeah,
It's not really false at all.
it's like a half.
Well, you
truth.
said you're trying not to. Oh, you said parishioners. Yeah, I mean technically.
Yeah, I mean,
you
it
can
is
do
the
persuasion if you want.
I mean, it.
I mean, you are actively deceiving her by not telling the whole
Yeah.
truth.
What's
though.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah,
A parishioner's like a
it's
false
deception.
church.
It's deception.
People of church.
Yeah.
Okay,
Got it.
it's 17.
Okay.
With advantage?
Did I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
advantage?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm witchy dude.
Because you also, that was a really good, like, lie.
It was still 17. I rolled a 16. I have a +1 to deception.
How does she look like a shady lady?
Make an insight check.
We should have reversed. We should have reversed our roles here.
She looks like a sun-touched. Hard to get a read on really anyone in this town, but you've heard that people are shady, you know. She sort of eyes you. It's rather unconventional robes for a priest of Pelor.
Yes, as you
Have you been here before? I'm afraid I don't recognize you.
No. So I am fairly new priest. Just got my first mission on my own. I've been with the church for a little over 2 years now, but as you can see, I am rather large, so it's trouble finding some robes that fit me. And again, I don't want to waste any money unnecessarily.
Is there a problem with preferring to sleep outside?
No, there's not. I mostly wanted to come by. I saw the sun-touched paraphernalia. I wanted to make sure that everything was all right, that you're weren't having any
Thanks for
wagon
checking in.
trouble.
Oh yeah, we appreciate it. Would you like to join us for a little bit? And
Would you like some food? I've made some delicious.
I'd love
I don't know
that,
if you'd you've smelled it. All right.
Yes.
Are we hiding in the wagon?
no, I think y'all are just
just
sleeping
asleep.
out. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they're
kids,
just asleep.
the kids are in the wagon.
Yeah, the kids are in the
y'all
wagon
in the
and the
too?
thing.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
lids are open.
As the four of you sort of settle in and I guess you cook up a little bit of food or some of the rations you might have had.
I would.
Yeah, we kind of already. It's more like leftovers, you know, and we'll just kind of like heat it.
I
up
would
over the
go
fire.
to the wagon to get an extra cup for her.
Okay.
And then
Wake our asses up.
I don't know if I want to wake them up or if I want to.
Please stop.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But it's not just one box; it's 6 boxes.
Just pretend like you're finding a cup.
Yeah, I guess. And shut the lids.
Leave it.
Make
I'm gonna
another
offer to- I'm gonna
deception
offer to-
check. Straight roll.
Do either of us hear that?
I'm gonna also try to distract by and like
perception
offer
check with
to
disadvantage
like.
because you're sleeping.
16.
Okay. She sort of shrugs and she's fine with it. It seems.
15.
How long have you been? I don't
Stationed.
know. Like
Stationed
or
here.
enrolled or whatever the.
Oh yeah. A member of the Sun-Touched.
Yeah. How long have you been a sun-touched?
Since I was quite young, actually. You can see she looks maybe like she's in her late 30s, early 40s now. But even still, she's kept up. She's physically fit and appears to be not one of those that would sleep on the job. You know what I mean? For a long time, I hoped to be stationed on the wall. I wanted to assist
wall
my
of
country
Zheles.
in the best way I could.
Wow.
What brought you out here?
Well,
Isn't
that's-
this is a fairly and from what we've heard, it's fairly rough here, isn't it?
It's a good question, and I asked myself that for a long time myself. But I think Pelor, and I'm sure as like you kind of walk back, I'm sure you could chime in on this. Works in ways we don't quite understand. I think perhaps I was sent here to help right the wrongs of the city. I know we carry a reputation that's
Another reason to maybe
less
stay
than
on-
desirable.
How very
Another reason to
noble of
maybe
you.
stay on the outskirts.
I rolled a 15. Did I hear him like getting a cup?
With disadvantage, I would say so.
Well, I would just like be listening
Okay.
and like make sure all the boxes.
Yeah,
are-
if you stirred and you like looked, Cheryl would just
Yeah.
be like, stay put and quiet.
Gotcha.
Chill out. But I'm gonna make sure I have like the wand
Okay.
from Will, Sarnorin.
They have the
They
wand.
have
They have the
Yeah,
wand.
we have the one.
Never mind.
I'm face down.
Then I'll
asleep,
just make sure that the boxes are closed and
Okay.
Flanking.
clanking.
So, what brings you all down this way?
Like I said, we have need of transportation for some of our goods, actually to the wall.
It's interesting. You say you came.
Yes, no, I know. We came from Olfast, down here to seek help. As you know, there's not many. Olfast is a smaller town. There's not many able bodies there.
Kind of an older.
And
crowd.
with what's going on in Grigston, we figured it's best to get someone more able-bodied to get these things to the wall.
Make a deception check with disadvantage, because it would have taken just as much time to get to Crestia from Olfast.
To kill a bitch. Oh, that was a nat 20. 6.
6 total?
6 total.
With a nat 20 and then that. What was that, deception?
Yeah.
She the only one who we've seen out this far?
She is. You see every once in a while light somebody carrying a torch like up on the wall, but you guys are quite far away from it at this point. Like,
And we are not.
they might be able to see you, but they would not be able to make fine details from that distance. She narrows her eyes a bit at you. You must not be from here. Otherwise, you'd know that would likely take just as much time to go to Crestia from...
Well, we do know that, but I think that
as I said,
recently something.
it's the danger, not the time.
It's more that we're worried about getting robbed or anything on the way to Crestia. Heard it was dangerous, wasn't it?
I think something recently happened in Olfast too.
Something happened in Olfast.
That's what we've
Was it?
heard.
Would you...
I know. He said he wrote a letter. It would make sense that
Oh,
we
yeah.
would know.
I'm sorry.
Wasn't there a hole in the ground here recently too? Wasn't the ground eating itself up?
We face dangers from Zheles all the time, and I...
Do you think that the holes are from Zheles? Because we've had those elsewhere. We've actually had them in Benata, where I'm from.
It is common belief that these holes are a result of some arcane weapon.
Really? And do you think that they could expand that far out? I can't imagine what kind of
All the
strength
more reason
it would
to
take.
get some people with some arms to stuff across.
Dude, I
Some
know.
arm.
We were actively getting away from this conversation.
I would,
She's bringing it back clearly.
before we depart from our other conversation, I hate to ask this. Would you mind if I just inspected the goods that you're carrying?
Prefer if you didn't. We have a few of our friends who are resting in the wagon.
Oh,
It's been a long travel.
it won't take long.
Hearing that, if she's like making her way, I am going to.
When she turns away, I'm gonna look over at you.
Punch her in the back of the neck.
Oh, I was gonna charm person her.
That's good too.
That could work. Yeah.
I'm gonna like step out of the like thing and like
Maybe
yawn
like
I'm
stretch,
waking
yeah.
up.
Wait, hang on. You would know that she'll know you charmed her after the minute.
Yeah. She'll know.
They like that's the problem with. It's a great idea, but they're like she'll know a minute later, and then
Be like, hey, why'd you charm me? Let me
Yeah.
look in those boxes.
It lasts for an hour.
Still,
Yeah, but she'll still know after the hour.
After the hour, then.
And we have more than an hour before
yeah,
the
because
shipment gets
like
taken.
if we were leaving, excellent point, but we're sleeping here. Like it's like the middle of the night.
I actually forgot that it does have that detail attached.
I don't know. We just think that you have it. Or anyone
Because
has
it's
it.
wizard.
Officially, I don't have it.
Okay, well
I don't shut up.
then as that's happening, I will minor illusion a sound coming from the city.
So as that's happening, you'll minor illusion a sound coming from the
So
city.
yeah, like as she's like trying to inspect it.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll minor illusion as far away as I can, which is 30 feet.
scream or something.
Yeah, like a.
You can change the nature of the sound.
You
Have
can
it
also make
originate
it
from
sound
30
kinda
feet, but yeah.
far
Yeah, I
away,
want
30
it to
feet
sound like a cry for help
Okay.
from like towards the city.
Make a performance check.
If Cheryl hears that, he would also thaumaturgy. Not another cry for help, but another like gruff, like, "Hey, be quiet,"
Yeah.
kind of like trying to
Okay.
ruffian thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if
No,
I need y'all
it's
to like play
unrelated.
into this though.
yeah.
I won't have you roll a performance check because yours is kind of based off of hers. You rolled really well.
I'll
so
also help with the minor. I have minor illusion as well. So
And when that happens, I'll get up and be like, I'm sorry. I think that something is more pressing.
she turns and looks that way, pauses for a moment, sees nothing happening.
I'll do it again.
There are plenty of guards stationed in the city. They can handle that. You get the sense that
I'll make it sound like
she may have seen through a potential ruse, and she's beginning to question
I'm
the
going
validity of your
to-
claims.
listen,
I'm going to shocking grasp the butt of Claude.
They're outside. The cart.
Yeah,
in the cart.
I know.
And the only person...
We're in the cart.
Are you in the cart?
Yeah, I'm in the cart.
she's reaching out of it.
slept in the cart.
Yeah, but how did you cast your voice that far from in the cart? Could you see?
I'm
All right.
illusion.
She just
I am rolling a d6 to see what Clot's gonna do here. I have some ideas, but
Clot's like.
Why did you do it to
like,
Dot? We like Clot. Dot's new.
first of all, roll damage for shock and grasp.
If you kill Clot,
Clot dies immediately.
Claude the
no
immortal
longer
in our
immortal.
hearts.
it's not, but it's just a regular old animal.
Okay.
You hear,
Our next T-shirt, if Plot dies, is going to be
Rest
a
in
donkey with "Rest in Peace."
Oh,
Cheryl's gonna revive
Rest
Clot.
Like Parks and Rec.
Yes. Oh my God. Bye,
Little
bye,
Sebastian.
Bye bye, Claude.
In typical mule fashion, after being electrocuted, the Clot actually falls over. Smoke is basically pouring off of him.
Is he dead? Oh my god! Yeah, Cheryl's
Hard
gonna.
to tell.
Cheryl is running to Clot.
My mule!
Cheryl is running to
I
Clot,
was gonna run.
My beloved.
and he's gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
Oh, her tail's
I'm assuming she got
wagging.
a little distracted from all of that.
Yeah, she is definitely looking at this mayhem going on.
Listen,
She was so excited.
it's not.
I'm gonna go get
What
her
if we just
shirt
said
back.
you?
She took it off.
What if you said you looked at it and you checked it out and it was fine?
I would say that if I indeed had looked at it, but you all seem very against me doing so, which raises...
As it should. But I've been around the block once or twice, and there's usually a price for an inspection. Is there not?
You see her kind of like look down like she's mulling it over. I imagine perhaps I could have just done my job a bit poorly tonight.
Good food, good company, a little extra gold in your pockets. You go on your way, we go on our way.
She likes that a lot.
Sound good?
Make a deception check. Or
There we go.
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
No.
Warm ween.
I'm gonna lock again.
Is it worse?
We'll use the first one. Can I use the first one?
just a...
Use another
So
one, buddy.
did that happen?
No, I can't do it.
Damn.
Did you shock the donkey?
Yeah.
Okay. Question. How loud was that? Did this guard
Did
just
it wake
hear
him up?
15.
and did 6 children just scream inside crates at the sound of an electrical explosion?
They didn't scream.
15.
They've probably been around the block for long enough to know to just
Okay.
be quiet. But
15.
And they went to sleep with the boxes open, and now they're closed.
she doesn't say anything, but she just nods and keeps her eyes locked on you.
The smoldering donkey.
How much would...
We gotta fucking revive donkey.
Rin might guess 30 gold.
Run!
30, 50. I'll grab...
I know, I should have.
Okay.
Let you pass her. I'll grab 50 of her gold and just...
You don't have
Clear an
50 gold
inspection.
now.
Everything was the way you thought it would be?
It's
Yes.
for a harness.
And I'm happy to have provided this service for you.
You can put 30 each through. Also,
I hope
pretty
all
sure
of you
for
have a
speed
good
on
night
that, that'd be
and rest well.
That's his Christmas tree.
Yeah.
She
Enjoy
begins
your
walking
dinner.
back towards the city.
I
He's
shoot
never
a
done
fireball
that.
at her.
Do you
I'm a
actually?
dead sleep.
I question nothing at this point.
How's Clot looking?
Hitting the
How's
ground.
Clot looking?
He was in dire straits,
Cure
but
wounds.
you were able
more
to
than
cure him.
It's
Yeah.
It's a D8 plus like 5. So like I think I hit the 6 that he lost.
You
no
get the
matter
sense
what.
that whatever special bond he and Taffy shared is in dire straits right now.
Who, Claude?
Oh
Yeah.
no!
That's what I said. You hit dot. We don't really care about that one.
We need to move where we're sleeping.
Yeah, we need to go.
So we
I'm gonna
paid...
wake up Sarnoran.
Here's the deal.
Wait, what'd y'all do with the girl? Y'all paid her off?
Yes, we paid her off, but she'll probably get a raise if she brings more people along with us.
So maybe we should take...
Let's fucking move.
Yeah, so
We're
let's
We're gonna move away from where we
And
are.
then-
off
Okay.
of the cart.
Where
To be
where
clear,
specifically are you
I was a
going?
different
Yeah,
person for
that's
that.
true.
I did say that at the beginning.
You were.
of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's take that off the card.
Not that it matters because these idiots are the same people.
They can only do
put it
so
in our
much,
bags
yeah.
In case we need it,
Someone
though, we won't just
completely
leave it.
abandoned the plan of being a religious explorer searching for artifacts.
No, not you.
No, it was.
No, it
was
was
him.
me.
It was
It wasn't me.
no. She was saying it was me. But I
Well,
mean,
so
she's
the reason I told her the truth is because like if
know,
people
yeah.
come and take our shipment in the morning, she might see that and then
Yeah.
also get
What I
suspicious.
mean
But
is,
then she's
like-
just gonna go after it and not talk to us at all.
Yeah.
That's
And-
why I was like, let me try and get
also,
somewhat a
like,
semblance of
that's
the
why I
truth
was like,
out.
Look, she's already looking into it. We can either try to bribe her, or I can fucking kill her right here, and we're done with it.
All right. Anyway, we're already
But we're
moving.
moving.
Yeah, we already woke up
Okay.
Sarnoran. Told him what happened. Can you make any of
You
this
did what?
quiet? Yeah, shh.
You kept me asleep the whole time.
Yes. We're sorry. Can you make any of this travel silent?
You know what? I'm not just your spell monkey,
Can you?
okay?
I understand that. We're trying to.
Somebody's
keep
grumpy.
people
I
safe.
never have
You want me
silence.
to do what?
We're trying to see. Can you make this?
I had it a lot at the
travel
beginning because I
silent?
only had like 5 spells to choose from, and now I never have
Put
it.
everyone back to sleep.
What about like the little domey thing?
It stays where I put it.
Yeah,
But
put it
but
where
yeah,
we're
but can
going,
you put
man.
it on the
Put it on the cart.
That's what I'm asking.
No.
No, it's an
Ooh,
area.
okay.
It's not a thing. It's not like a focus on a point. It's a...
That's what I thought. I thought it was
is
similar to like
tethered
the darkness
world.
spell.
No, it is like a
And you
wall.
just-
It's walls I put up.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Putting up those walls, huh?
I don't have the sphere.
So we'll move, and then why don't you put up the wall here?
How far are you moving?
How far are we moving?
And where specifically are you going? You guys all have access to the
Are there
Brigade map.
woods?
So you tell me.
Okay.
Are there woods?
There are not.
There are not woods.
Okay.
Well, there are north. To the,
Brigade. Oh fuck.
there are further north.
Where are-
But
where are
we're,
we?
we're between Brigade and Ulfast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
so
picture does.
well, the map I sent of Brigade probably offers a little bit more detail. I would say that you guys are not far off from the
Fortress?
the Strand Market.
Oh, okay.
Strand right here. Sam. Stop
Okay, so
touching
then we'll
things.
go like a little past the fortress maybe and go into the trees on the right.
Okay.
Are there any? There's no like tree cover anywhere.
There is some tree cover,
To the right.
like in the upper right. You can kind of see like there's some trees. They're not quite as dense as like near
Can we
Ulfast.
see-
You're kind of on the coast, so
are
they,
we able
they
to
don't root well.
Are we able to see where we were?
From that point?
Mhm.
No, you would not be able to see from there. Not like directly. Or without some visual aid.
How long would it take for a guard to make it back into the city?
From where you guys were,
10 minutes.
10 minutes, roundabout.
While we're walking While we're walking, I'm gonna get on the deal, like on the thing. I'll ride as we're moving, and about the time it would take for her, the way we watched her kind of go off, like back to camp, basically. I am going to cast Scrying on her.
Okay.
Yes.
Does she need to make a save for
She
that?
does.
Wisdom save, right?
Wisdom Dave.
So she needs to make. So I have met the target. So a Wisdom 17.
Ooh, she might make that.
Do I have any? I didn't get anything of hers, right?
You did not.
Stole a log of her hair.
We have her saliva on this cup.
I mean, you technically do. Yeah.
I mean, would she have a lock of hair?
No.
Did she cut off her hand?
No, she did not.
Would she have broken a nail?
Did she cut off her nose to spider face?
I will say this much.
Spider face.
Spider face.
What she did do is roll a natural 1 on the wisdom save for the scrying checks. So
So go for it.
So you can
as your vision opens, you guys see Blackie
I'm gonna
smoke
hold his
pour
hand
off
so
of his
he's,
eye.
like, guided while walking.
I'm sitting down on the
And your vision actually fades completely to black, and small amount of that smoke clears, sort of forming a vignette around your vision, as you get sort of a tunneled view of where she is and what she's doing. She seems to be like
10 minutes
moving
of this.
in a bit of a hurry within the city. And as she rounds a corner, you actually see a troop of like 7 or 8 guard that she has assembled, and she's motioning for them to follow her. She's walking back towards the gate.
Should have killed her.
Yep. What a bee.
maybe she should have minded her own business.
I have to kill a whole bunch of people. Let's.
Are you guys doing
Go!
anything, or continuing to just wait and scry? There's no wrong answer there. I just want to know what
We're
you're doing.
driving while he's doing that.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
would have
can't
to
say
tell us.
anything during the scry. I've although I guess if I see her coming back with how many?
I think that you can. You can't hear
8,
us.
including her.
No, scrying is different. You're thinking of
His
what he
animal
does.
eyes.
Okay.
I'm literally like I have a I
Okay.
can put a
Okay.
sense-
Anyway, keep going.
That bitch just stole 50 gold from us.
I guess technically we gave it to her.
No. We paid her for a
We had a
service.
deal.
We paid her for a service and she didn't take it.
It's not really a deal.
We had a deal.
All right, so we're gonna have to fight some god,
I don't
Why?
think we're gonna have to actually fight the guard.
They don't know where we are now.
or I mean, they gotta find
How long
us
is
pretty
how long is
easily.
it
There's
taking
not a
us
lot
to
of-
get to where we were going?
I can't
It's only
see
been
it.
about 10 minutes.
I know exactly.
It would only take about 10 minutes for you guys to get there.
Okay, so
do-
at the time she's getting to the
as a
gate,
point
we
of
are
order,
there, and we have
They
put
do
up
have a
our
point.
gate.
Yeah.
They do have disadvantage on perceiving us.
Yeah.
So
right.
that's not impossible to see us. It's just really difficult.
Okay.
But there are 8 individual rolls coming our way, so we should move.
We're also
Into the woods.
Can we go closer to the water? Or did you already put we already stopped
Water
and put your
is
stuff
in the
up?
opposite direction.
No, it's not.
No.
Water, yeah, it is.
Yes,
Oh
it
wait,
is.
we're on the.
Oh, you're talking about like the river? to
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
So what you're seeing is like south.
Yeah.
what?
Are we
I
not
was
here?
talking about.
What the fuck? Where
Are
the
we
fuck
not
are
right
we?
here?
No, we were right here.
We were here.
Wait, why were we at the
Go
bottom?
into the other. Go into the
Where are we?
city map.
You guys,
I thought we had
Right,
stopped
like
at the
that's
north.
what-
upper right corner, basically.
We were here or we were here?
You were
Oh,
there.
Yeah, no, yeah,
We were where my right hand is.
Yes.
And we're now up here.
Yes.
10 or so minutes. And there's tree
Yeah.
cover over here.
There is some, but it's pretty
not
sparse.
much, yeah.
Why would we have been there?
That's what I'm saying. Is that like I mean they can easily tell like
I don't think we would have been there. I don't think we would have been that close
That's
to
what they
town.
said.
But okay. I thought we were like further out of town.
I
than
thought
that.
well that we were because we said forever ago that's where you guys were meeting us. That was the.
And you
right
also,
point.
I also like stopped you guys a half mile out, and you guys never said you were getting further away or
Yeah.
what. I mean, 10 minutes by cart. It's about half a mile.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I know. I guess I'm just confused. I thought we were closer to Oldfast.
Oh no, it takes 2 days to get from Oldfast to Brigitte.
No, yeah, no. So
Just
not,
close- just further out of
like
town, further out of
that-
town.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like
that
I mean,
direction.
I would have thought that we were like literally the same way that we were like, hey, safe distance is an hour out of Oldfast. They were playing with the kids out of town, and we were meeting them there. I would have thought that they would have been about an hour out of town as well. You know what I mean? Like a safe distance where the kids could have been out playing. But I know we're already into it. But that's why I'm confused as to where we are.
Sorry, it wasn't like explicitly said. I thought you guys just basically parked it where you guys got out and went in.
We did,
That's
but
what
then
I-
they moved further away to go play with the kids. And
That-
then
yeah.
we met them there.
That's where the confusion is.
Okay. Well, in that case, I can
Wait
put you
for
guys a
further
little bit
response.
further back.
No,
I
that's
think
just
all
why I was
of us were-
confused as
it
to
looked
where we
like
were.
You were
That's
thinking
why-
until
that's why
I was
confused.
waiting for you.
I was waiting for Will to say
I
something.
think all three of us over here were waiting
Yeah.
for you to speak. We were like,
I'm just trying to make sense of it in my head.
It's whatever. That's why that's why I thought we were closer.
All it
gotta rewatch
all that really
that,
does
'cause
is
all of us
change
were
the
like,
timing, right?
Yeah.
Alright,
We just have a
we're
little
waiting
bit
for you.
longer.
man.
I mean, it gives us more time to get further
So you have
away.
like 20 minutes instead of
20 minutes, baby, less.
10.
Well,
Yeet.
but then
10 more minutes.
But then that means
Yeet.
if she's moving 20 minutes back while we're moving 20 minutes away,
I gotcha.
Oh my god.
that's 40 minutes total that she has to.
Yes,
Geometry.
I will give you 40 minutes.
She
No,
also-
we don't have
If
40
a
minutes.
train leaves the
Dude,
E
let's
station
go
at
back
9
to
a.m.
6th grade, Beck, and be like,
She also-
we'll use this
We're just
one day.
further away than we would have
I'm
been.
I promise.
has to fan out
looking
and
forward
find
to
us.
the jailbreak
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
episode
We,
next
we've
week.
widened the search radius.
Okay. So you guys at
Yes.
this point are 40 minutes out of town. You're parked.
We're
You
going
have the
to
thing up
Within some trees, right?
Yeah.
within some tree cover.
So what's the deal?
What fucking time is it? It's about to be sunrise.
No.
Damn it!
Hey, what are we doing? Are we killing them?
I mean, yeah, if
Wait,
they're trying to
who?
get the kids.
There's 8 of them.
Should we hide the
Wait,
kids
there's
here and
more!
take the
There's 8 of them.
What the fuck?
I'm
Where have you
saying,
been?
Huh?
Where have you been?
I went to go take care of something out there.
That's true.
I'm saying, what if
For the
we?
first time in 5 years.
She never saw
on Christmas
Sarnorn.
tree
What if we
skirt.
leave Sarnorn with the kids here and we take the cart?
Oh, like make them all invisible?
No, just leave them in the cube here, and then we take the cart where we're a little bit more visible, but
I can stay with
Make tracks through.
Yeah.
Make
Well, but
tracks
she
somewhere else.
probably saw. She knows that we have another person because the donkey freaking died.
Hey, let's take it. Let,
Did he die?
no, that's actually
but
that's
was
actually
very
a
close.
good idea. Can they handle 8 of
I'm
them
gonna
though?
have to-
That's the problem. that
What do you
we
mean?
have.
You have to feed them apples.
I don't think they can
No,
handle
no,
8 of them.
What do you mean they?
Yeah.
These 3, I don't think they can handle 8 guards. if
Okay.
a fight
He
actually
is staying
happens.
by himself with the kids. Us 4 with the cart and no kids
No
are gonna
kids.
leave.
And
Them with
and I,
the
I,
kids.
The
I
tracks
think to, I
are
think
going
to
to leave
further
us-
support this,
Are going to lead them right here,
I think.
and then to us.
Yeah, I forgot about the
It doesn't
tracks.
work. It, like
There are
we
previous tracks, is what he's saying.
yeah, our previous tracks are going to lead them right here, and then they're going to find
gonna find a
Sarnoran,
man and
a
6
man
children.
and 6 tiefling children, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, we were looking for a."
That you were supposed to go that way?
We're so
Still take 'em out, leave
them
I
further in.
love us so
Leave
much.
them
hang
further
on.
in.
I'm a
We
secret, so
would've
we should just, like,
discussed
sitting
this
on
the
fire.
way. Like,
Yeah.
there's no sense.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Let's just burn the whole
Take-
campaign down.
Yeah.
We'll keep traveling. You take the kids, go that way. When you get to a further off point,
Set up the cube.
set up the cube and go. Try to not leave a track.
Not leave a track. What am I supposed to do? Float?
I mean,
There's
yeah, can you
I have
fly?
6 children in tow. You don't leave a track.
I can go with him, and I can fly.
I mean, yeah, I could do.
flying
Yeah,
The
doesn't-
kids,
Fly 6
the
children.
kids are still gonna leave a track. Also, she
can
knows
carry
that you're
them.
with us. we need 4 of us there. Otherwise, she'd be like, "Where's the other one?"
Don't worry.
And here's
I'll take care
the
of
other thing. What are we actually smuggling?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say all
You're
of
embarrassed
all of
because-
our.
Wait,
no, no, no,
what's
no,
the
no,
drug?
no,
What's
no,
the drug?
no. Seriously. Yeah, I was gonna
have
say
some
like some drugs. We do have
You
some
still have
drugs.
some.
We've
Not
got
very
some
much,
drugs.
though.
We've got
Not
some.
enough.
We've
Why
got a
on
few
earth
vials of my blood. Shut up!
would
You're
you
not
want to
here.
do that?
We got a few
Yes, I
vials of
am
my
here.
blood. And we could put some of like the notes.
right
It's a
in the
weird. It's a
wagon with
weird
you.
thing, but we really didn't say anything
No.
about what was here. It's
That's
just
a horrible
weird
plan.
stuff.
You're going to prison with that plan.
That's fine.
That's not fine. I cannot
Then we're
bail
not
you
gonna
out.
Be here.
You won't be anywhere.
What better option do you have? Stop arguing
Nothing.
and give an option.
I
then.
just said it, but you kept telling me to shut up because I wasn't here.
Because I'm
There's-
trying to tell
there's
everyone
nothing
we
in the
should just put
crates.
things in the crates.
Why would we pay
Why
someone
would you
50
put
gold?
illegal shit in the crates?
Why don't we
would-
just put nothing in the
Because
crates?
why would we pay 50 gold for someone to
For
look
someone
at
to look at
Because
nothing.
you're
That's what I'm
embarrassed that your
saying.
mission didn't go the way you wanted it to.
I mean, either way can work.
Or she
but
looks like
Just spin a lie.
or
It's
she
a lot
looks
easier
she
than
looks like
going
a
to
fool,
jail.
and the other guards don't know for sure that she was paid.
What if they kill people for having drugs here?
She looks like she's just trying to find
okay,
something where
that's
there's
fine.
nothing.
We don't have to do the
Then why
drugs
did we
then.
leave?
I'm talking about putting
Why did
all
we
of
leave?
like all of my notes, all of my stuff about religious paraphernalia.
That's
Let's
cool.
put all that in there.
Does it
That's
really
what I was trying
matter?
to get to.
Okay.
I mean, who's to say the guards that are with her aren't corrupt?
I mean, like, and he's got a lot of like religious
throw all the
items
money.
too.
No, I'm just
We
saying
can
like
put some of the
they
things
may
that
be
we
like,
think
"What the
are
fuck, why do we
important."
care, man? You know what I mean? She might be the only one who cares. She said that so much as much earlier that she was trying to come here to make this place a better place, but everyone
Yeah,
else
well,
is
I think we just, like, we paid them off, so they think we're sketchy, but if we just, like, let them look in the crates and there's shit there, and we're just like, yeah, like, we just had people sleeping back there, like, we didn't want you guys to wake them up.
I don't know.
And also, we could be like, we didn't pay her.
You could do that.
She harassed us.
And we just want
Okay,
to...
She
no,
harassed
we're
us
not.
and
We're not getting super far from the truth anymore.
No, listen. She
It
harassed...
doesn't need to be super elaborate.
Oh, it's not super elaborate. She harassed us, which is why we moved.
Okay, us
She made us
arguing
feel- she
about
made
it
us
is
feel-
wasting time.
What I'm saying
Why
is-
don't I start my part of the plan?
So,
Go.
But none of us are
children.
being
Real
able to
quick.
get a word in, so...
just because you scryed on her and you know about when she left and like how long it takes to get there, I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes, and you'll know that like that's kind of.
He's left.
I
We're
know. I'm
we're
just
talking
saying
about
real
our part
time.
of the.
You're getting
yeah.
a couple minutes left to discuss.
You're
Yeah.
walking
What
with
you're
them?
doing.
That's what they told me to do.
Yeah, he's walking because they're gonna follow
You
the
also have a
trail.
wand.
They're gonna follow the trail
We would've
of
given
the
you-
yeah, I have
thing
the
that we moved because it's gonna be way harder for us to find that. They're gonna find us upstream 20 or so
Okay.
minutes.
So then we just let them look in the crates and just go along with what we originally told them why we didn't want them to look in the crates. The people were sleeping in the back and we didn't want to disturb them.
Or we say that she looked in the crates and she's fucking crazy.
No, I think we just fucking let them look in the crates.
I think that they know her and they know that she's valiant.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
we
saying.
could just say that she's.
We
Put
have
your-
some of
put
our
our
stuff
random
in the
shit in
crates,
there,
yeah,
yeah.
and then just say it's our personal stuff.
It's
we didn't
really-
want
You
people
wanna
looking
put
in the
drugs in there
crates.
now?
No,
I have
no,
like a
no.
little-
No, it was
all
really
I'm saying
valuable
is
to
just-
us. We didn't want it to get. We didn't want to
I'll
disturb our
put my
friends.
sword
sleeping
in
in the back.
there
Yeah,
Okay.
because that is like pretty ornate.
Yeah, it is.
yeah. So we're putting our.
And we've got the candlestick.
Oh
And my staff, like we can put
Oh,
like
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, we can put.
The holy candlestick of.
I mean, I'm assuming it's gold too. I'm assuming the candlestick is gold. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I think we just-
and
yeah.
it's very
relic we found.
ornately embellished.
Yeah.
I'll be back to the person I was when she came.
And like when
Okay.
she comes up, we're just like, "Hi, still waiting."
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, like no big deal.
Are y'all in the same spot where she left you?
We probably should be.
No, because
At some point
we've
we're
already
going
moved.
to
You have 30 seconds.
No, we've already moved. We're not as far away as we said we would have been originally, but we are further away.
We've
than-
moved.
than-
We've moved a little bit, and we'll just say like we didn't want to get harassed again, so
Yeah.
we moved further away from the city.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Right before they get there, I'm gonna divine intervention,
Okay.
and I'm gonna ask Cyrus. We need your help to convince these people to leave us alone, please.
All right.
Oh my God! Did you
What
see
a
that?
Hail Mary.
Oh no, it's 62. Either way, it doesn't work.
I'll use
I need
divine
10 or less.
intervention.
Damn.
Not less than divine intervention. Swallow them
Undivined.
whole.
This will work eventually.
Take them.
The broker goes.
You got it, dog.
Again, you are met with silence.
Good old Cyrus. take the polar thing. Throw it. No. I'm joking.
Damn it, more.
Don't just call on your deity in your time of need. You must call on them.
That's
in
exactly
times
what
of
divine
plenty.
intervention is
exactly-
for,
yeah,
Alex.
That's the whole point of the thing.
I
That is
know, I
what it
know,
is.
I know.
I'm going to
Over.
divine
Do we
intervention.
have
How
time
was
for
your
a
day?
short rest?
No.
What's up? What you doing?
You guys are like trying to figure this shit out. Like it's pretty frantic.
You want your
Okay,
so
you guys figured out. I'm gonna take a quick nap.
And assuming we don't have time to have set up a fire this time.
Do you want some of
again,
us to
I'm
be-
gonna
and you
keep my-
the wagon is out in the open.
It's not like
Purposefully?
open, but it is there. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's
not
open.
hidden.
Yeah, and
We're
and
like- we're like a little off the
crate.
path.
The crates
Like
are
we're-
shut. Yeah, like we're gonna make it like still look
Shut
like
and sealed.
Yep.
We basically made it look like if we didn't have Cube Man, what would we have done to just like
Who's Cube
again not be harassed, go a little bit further away, like not
clearly-
light a fire, just kind of like
Yeah, clearly where we were was too close to the city. we'll fucking go away because we don't want to be harassed.
Okay.
Don't be aggressive over there.
Don't
It gets-
be
Don't be
aggressive.
aggressive. It didn't work last time.
To a point where you feel like enough
we're
time has
aggressive.
passed
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
that maybe you haven't been found. But at that point,
I'm gonna just
You
be
hear
like
a
telling a
voice.
story and pretend like we're not.
oi, is anybody there?
Yes.
He hears or me hears?
Whoever's at the cart.
Okay.
He's like, I don't fucking know anymore.
Yeah. So I mean, we all have or have my.
I mean, yeah,
monocle on and we all have
we're
dark
just
vision.
chilling and we're
Yeah.
like sitting outside the cart.
So we all hear it then.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got word from a superior that there was a suspicious group of folks.
I want to insight check this guy. Is he drunk?
I don't think you need to.
Alex.
Disadvantage.
That is another 13 with a plus 11. That's my second two.
He's had a couple drinks, yeah. He was probably in the middle of sipping on something nice whenever he was interrupted by his friend.
Can I use my third eye and see if I can see further
how
and
drunk
see
he
anyone
is?
else? See if there's anyone else coming.
You
Can
can.
you see why kids love cinnamon toast crunch?
I would
Oh, I
I would
can't.
look to Ren and be like, maybe just tell him what you know, like under my breath, since obviously he's shouting at us. He might
What's
be a
the
little ways
fucking
away.
plan?
I would just say I don't
Oh
know what you're
my
talking
God.
about with a
Just tell me
suspicious
what
package, but we're just
Yeah, we
we're
just
just
told him.
resting here for the night.
I don't want to say.
I had an
That's
idea.
what she told me you said. But
Yeah, so then if she said it, I'm gonna try to reason with the drunk man. So if she said it and we said it, then it's the same story and we must be right.
roll
Also-
persuasion or
we'll-
deception with advantage.
Deception or persuasion?
You're deceiving him.
What did you say? Because I was fussing
Oh my
at
God.
Sam.
I said if she said it and we said it, then
No, but what did she say? I heard that part. Like, what did you
She
say?
said, he said.
She said, he said, she said.
What'd you say before that? I heard the part where you're like, if she said it and we said it, it's true. But what did
That
you
you
say?
didn't
Oh,
actually
I
have a
said
suspicious
we're-
package.
I was like,
Okay.
I don't know about a suspicious package. We're just resting here. With advantage or disadvantage?
With advantage.
9.
Wow.
Jesus. Still, I'm here. I should probably
Yes.
check the cart.
I mean, if that's what'll get you guys off our backs.
I mean, yeah,
By all
have
means,
that.
we
our
told her we didn't want to
By all
looking
means,
at our
it
cart.
is our
Our-
personal belongings and it's very valuable to us. But
You hear like some like muddled noises nearby. He turns. Hey, I found it. It's over here.
also
few more
our
show up.
whole group is now awake, so it's no sense in trying to let us get our rest.
Well, look. I was in the middle of something too, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'll be in and out
Do it.
real fast.
Kiara, would you like help?
I got some, and like a couple more guards are walking up.
Is she in any of them?
She is not one
not
of the
there,
guards.
Are they all drunk?
Oh, what an asshole.
What do you?
Tattletaled and then didn't come
Yeah.
see it through?
Well, there's like 8 in the search party.
And
Are they all drunk?
Still.
With your, well, that was his.
13.
The other 2 are not.
I'm gonna stay next to the cart.
They're sober.
So I have to be within 5 feet of it so it doesn't disappear.
Okay.
What disappear?
Got a hand on the crate.
Let's take a look in these boxes.
All right.
Can you guys just go away, man? We're just trying to go to fucking sleep.
Look, I get it. Like he
fuck
said,
is this about?
we were in the middle of
Charles gonna
something.
be like, just
Just let us do our
Just let
job.
them-
We'll be out of
I'll
your
go-
hair.
I'll
It'll
go
be
in the
faster
crate,
at this
I'll
point.
get in
Thank
the cart
you.
and like open the first crate. And go.
Sardoran's in there.
He's kind of like looking through.
All these tiefling
I'll-
children
I'll-
run out and get
fireballs.
Yeah.
He's continuing to go through.
substitution.
Look,
Have I
I'm
spotted
sorry
her yet?
you guys are being,
log over
you
there,
know,
you're gonna have to-
harassed.
Yeah, I'll close it. and
There's
just
nothing
open the next
particularly
crate.
valuable in here. I don't know what the big deal was all about.
Us either.
Feels like kind of a waste of time.
I agree.
Can we file a complaint? We would like to file a complaint with your superior.
I don't
Sure, when I see her, I'll let her know
Let her know we
that you're complaining against her.
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
Great.
Oh, she's the
That's all we
superior.
need.
Thank you very much.
Is she
Have a
out
Actually,
here?
if you'll do me a
You
favor,
guys picked a great night to go camping.
will you let her superior.
Sorry,
know that
do
we'd
you-
like to complain about her.
Would you like any food?
No.
Getting hungry?
food?
I just want to get back home.
Okay,
All
us too. So goodbye. Have a
You
good
are
night.
home, right?
Well, we'll get back to sleeping.
Whatever.
Yeah, fuck off. Thanks.
Have a good night.
He continues to look through the rest of the crates.
Oh, I've already opened all the crates
Yeah.
to show him.
He
What
doesn't-
about all, what
he
about all the
doesn't see
other
anything
people
else.
that are further out?
They're probably just there for backup.
Well, I mean,
They're
these
also
are
searching
they had
for-
like fanned out to try and find you guys. These are the ones that,
That
were
were
like
closest to
nearby.
him.
All right. Okay.
After he finishes searching, one of the guards does turn up and he pops out of the back. He's like, "It's fine. There's nothing here. Let's shit, what was her name? I have it in here. I swear I did it.
You can make it up now.
Tilly.
I don't think you ever told
Oh,
us
that's
her
a
name.
name already.
Let's find Captain Iris. We'll bring her back and just let her know
Collapsed
there's
iris.
nothing here.
She has to come back. Can we just go?
She's gonna want to take a look herself.
Oh my god.
I know. Trust me,
Are you
it bothers me
serious?
just every bit as much.
Yes, we understand. We're sorry. I'm sorry. They're just grumpy.
No, we're
They-
trying to go to
they're the-
fucking sleep.
Yes, I know. I understand, but they're still gonna do their
We
job.
fucking shared food with her, and the bitch is fucking whatever.
No, sorry. Go.
On that
Please
note,
go.
Iris steps into scene.
Should.
They take a little bit more of your time. They look through. They don't find anything. And as you continue to hold your breath and hope to make it out of this okay, Iris turns back around to all of you. Sorry to have disturbed your night.
Yes,
It's
and I
alright.
hope you didn't break anything in there. It's a lot of valuable things. Or
I've
hope nothing went missing in your search.
You was 50 gold. I mutter. I don't
take
say-
your
I don't say
50
loud
gold
enough.
back. I should have you arrested for even trying to bribe me. I don't understand why you would go to such risks.
It's a lot cheaper than a lot of the things in there. And as you mentioned, there are some shady guards around. We wanted to make sure our goods were safe.
I am well enough in my right mind to know that it's best to just leave it be. I'm sorry for disturbing your evening. I'm sorry for checking in on you. I'm sorry for misunderstanding.
Thank you for doing your job.
Yeah, fuck you.
Thank you for doing your job.
Have a great evening.
I'm gonna insight check her.
Okay.
She does not want you to have a great evening.
Well, I will.
She wants you to have
in-
nightmares.
If she's actually like leaving, or she's gonna keep an eye on us.
Yeah.
27.
She's leaving with the rest of the guard. But you get the sense that if you run into her again within the city, she is going to be predisposed towards giving you a hard time.
So how did she know I,
don't
was
care
there?
after
I
these-
thought I didn't show
Next
myself
time I
to
see her,
her.
I'm gonna hold her.
Because you shocked the
You
donkey,
shock
so we
and
knew that
grasp
there was
the
another
donkey.
person here
Oh,
with
okay.
us.
Yeah.
She didn't know
There
it
was
me.
another.
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed 4 people,
Okay.
and he
And
has
so-
great invisibility, so he's the only one who can get all of the kids invisible with the
Yeah.
wand. So it's like
We just
As
gotta make sure we don't see her tomorrow before we ship out these kids.
We're fine.
as the rest of the guard
before then.
move away,
And we got our 50 gold back?
you have your 50 gold back.
Hey, add that 30 back, baby.
30?
And with
Told
all
me 30.
It was 50.
It was 50.
I'm gonna add that 30 back because that's
Yeah,
all
because
took
we
away.
got 30.
as the 8 guard begin to move away, and with all 5 charges of the wand of invisibility now exhausted, you rest.
He didn't use them.
I thought you did.
No, he just left.
I
He
just
was,
left
he was
with the
gonna
kids.
use it if they
Walked
found
into
him.
the woods.
Gotcha.
If we heard
Yeah.
any noises, I would then be like,
Then, for
None
the,
of the charges.
for the 3rd time, as the 8 guard walk away back towards the city, and the 5 of you breathe a sigh of relief. You know that it might be a bit hard to get a full night's rest, knowing how close you came to crossing swords with the sun touched yet again.
I'd be dead.
True.
The 8 guard moves swiftly back, but distinctly you see one of them turn back around and look in your direction, eye the cart, and continue onward.
Was it? Do we think it's her?
A male Sojit guard, thin frame.
Oh, so Jeet.
Sorry, I
Sun-
always do that.
sun-touched?
I know,
Sun
yeah.
touched.
Gotcha.
was only a lasting glance. And it leaves you with your sleep to ponder what it might have meant. And with your sleep, we will leave off tonight's session.
But he's the one that's going to be helping us with this shit.
Maybe. I mean, we talked to a
Maybe.
harbor person. I don't know if they, or if she's employing guards or how she's doing it.
So, thank you, chat, and YouTube and podcast people, whoever all is listening, for coming on and making this a really great stream for us.
Yes, thanks, friends.
I'm so excited to have
10
seen everyone in the
gifted
chat. We had
subs.
10
Yeah,
gifted
fantasy
subs,
time.
immediately unlocked one of these magic items.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna-
we'll have a new
the next
magic item
section
in
you can
Discord
find in the chat.
tomorrow.
I'm going to need to get some more art commissioned soon.
Yeah.
I was just like, he said we had 20 seconds, and I was like,
So, if you guys are watching on YouTube right now, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button so you can check out the rest of the content whenever it hits air. If you're not a member of the Discord already, make sure you hop in there and check out some of the free homebrew content and
Discord's
all the
been
other
poppin'
awesome
lately.
stuff that we have coming. There might be a little Christmas present that I'm working on. But with all that said, I will leave the rest to your imagination and say, go out there and make some chaos.
Bye.
Bye.